Wait, you gotta,
No,
you gotta
give us
tell
the cold
what to
open.
find
Give us the
yourself.
cold
Give
open.
us the cold open.
That's a good cold open.
Yeah, that is a good cold open. I like that.
Gummy worms classically better cold.
Silence
Gummy
your
monies.
cell phones, please.
Classically
Yourself.
Well, if they're
or
hot, they know.
traditionally? Well, but I mean, there's also, you could say they're hot if they're room temperature. Room temperature could be hot, considered hot to some people. I would rather have a room
think
My
temperature
heart,
gummy.
though.
Room
It's
temperature
very
than
attractive.
I would rather
Did
have
you
room
ever
temperature
have one of
gummies
those
than.
mud pies that was like a deep chocolate pie with the gummy
Yes.
worms in it?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, we called
Yeah.
those
Yes.
Worms and dirt.
Yeah, worms
Yeah,
and dirt,
worms and dirt.
or
Yeah, yeah.
you
Those
could give it a
make
Halloween
nachos
flair
work.
and make it a graveyard where you put you make it look like little gravestones or whatever.
Oh, that's cute. I never
Yeah.
considered.
With chunks.
Yeah, with chunks.
I never liked that. The gummy.
Speaking
and
of
the
things
chocolate
that are
was so
cute
good.
with chunks, hi, my name is Molly, and I am your game master for this, our final episode of season 4 of the Concord Illuminati. I use she, her pronouns. I'm gonna throw it over. I'm gonna hand the camera to someone who played a woodwind instrument.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
technically flutes are woodwind, even though they don't have reeds. Is that me? Okay, my name's
Wally
Zadora.
was
I use
just
she, her
guessing.
pronouns, and I play Celestrina, who also uses she, her pronouns.
I'm gonna pass the phone to somebody who embarrassed themselves at a baseball game.
have I been
have
to a baseball
done that.
game?
I've never been to a baseball game, so that's definitely not me.
I feel like if I have been to a baseball game, I surely embarrassed myself there.
I really think she's got to be fishing at this point.
Oh no, I'm fishing. I have no
Yeah.
idea. Scarlett, did
You're
you
not
ever embarrass
catching
yourself at a
anything.
baseball game?
Yeah, I did, but
You
I
don't have
don't
to tell
care
the
to share the story.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
name?
good. I was like, I don't. Yeah, it's me. Hi, I'm Scarlett. I remembered the end of that vine, by the way. I've got mad gummy money, and it is deliciousness. It popped back into my head,
Hey!
so that's what it was.
Ah.
Shout out to whoever that person was. I missed that. Anyway, I'm Scarlett. I use she, her pronouns. I'll be playing Bay. They use they, them pronouns.
They, them. I really, that reminds me of the what was it, King Bosch? The guy, like, he fell over and he's like crying on the floor, and then he's got a pocket full of spaghetti and he's crying.
I feel like I remember that. I don't know.
I'm gonna hand the camera over to someone
Do
who
have no
cried while
context
eating
for this.
spaghetti.
Cried while eating spaghetti.
This intro is making me anxious. You know, I did it. I did it.
You were the
Hi,
spaghetti man.
I'm Trev. I don't remember if I cried eating spaghetti, but probably. I'm a very emotional person. And I'm playing Arish. I use they them pronouns. She uses she her pronouns. Back to Molly.
And now,
What you got for me? What you got?
I'm gonna hand over the camera to a recovering high femme.
Recovering. Okay, all right. We're gonna do
High femme in recovery.
We're gonna do the last pronoun joke of the season. Okay. All right. I'm gonna just go for it. It's not gonna be
A lot
pretty,
riding
all
on
right?
this.
All right, yeah, it's
Okay.
a lot riding on this.
Okay. Yo, call me Penny Rose and drop a dime for these flows. I got that chowder powder coca flour shoving out my nose. She, they, swagger. You already know. I don't fuck with pronouns. I'm talking about that flow nouns. Flow nouns.
Hey!
Wow,
Wow!
that's amazing.
Wow! All right, was that off the dome or did you have that prepared?
If by prepared you mean I thought of it about 10 minutes ago, sure.
Hey, that's
is
wonderful. That's great.
Amazing.
I feel like doing that joke, but if it was like not good, like if it was like mid flow, would definitely land worse. This is much better. That it was like actually good.
I messed up that third bar.
Sometimes
Well, you
the
just kind of
stanza will
skipped
get
it.
ya.
Doesn't mean you messed it up. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about like if you clearly are not like an expert at this particular song. Mm-hmm. Like you haven't practiced, but the writing.
I think, come to think of it,
are you saying that you've never written and recorded hip-hop music before, Penny?
As we cut to Wednesday. Cut to Wednesday, quick.
I'm not beating the allegations.
Cold, moist air rushes past the faces of the party. The thunderous rumble of an eternally churning waterfall fills the room. Through the surging clamor, the mechanical voice of Cranouche echoes out. Llewellyn, kill them. The larger of the two backlit humanoid forms flicks a large appendage within its robe. Its focus on the gateway in front of it. Moss clings to the walls of this chamber. The lily pad sits still against the raging tides of the waterfall beside it, as the smaller of the two humanoids step forward into the eternally flowing waters, his hair flying upwards, beams of sickly blue light radiating up from the prison below, giving him a spectral visage. As he stares down, you hear him say, Tolgeth, the blood of those who massacred your faith runs through the veins of the elf and the halfling in front of you. You are strong enough now. Kill them! The lily pads on the stream start to shake as a torrent of moss and stone form in the room. They all coagulate into one humanoid form. Stomping its foot and spinning its eyes to the party, the half plant, half rock, half arcane machinery in front of them radiates with the divinity and rage of the forgotten god, Tolgeth. Its foot crushes the ground once more, and as the weave is plucked all around you, 4 tremendous swamp rats emerge from its resonance, and a gut-wrenching foul odor begins to permeate the air all around you. Concord Nilmananji, roll for fucking initiative.
Well, why did we even come here then? I guess we could go now. We failed.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Mwah.
I rolled a nat 1 for initiative.
These no resistance! I finally rolled higher than a 10 on my initiative.
Woo! Let's celebrate you today. What do you get for your initiative?
Well, I rolled a 19, but with a -1, that makes it an 18.
Well, you have +3
to your initiative.
Why do I have +3?
Because of sense danger.
Oh, so that would put me at 21.
Yes.
21.
We all have that, Adora?
Yes. At least for the rest of this season.
Because I still have, that was the thing that gave us temporary hit points also.
Is not temporary hit points. You have
increased
5
our max?
bonus. Increased your max. That's 8.
Okay, yeah.
I rolled a 1. Do I add my initiative bonus to that even?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I rolled a 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to change your material reality too much, but yeah, you do roll it.
I mean, I think we're going to be close because Penny's got better dex than me.
All right. I need to go back to combat encounters. All right, Bayou.
13.
I feel like that's where you always are. Celstrina.
7.
Penny.
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in the house. Come on, albino death weasel. Place yourself on the map where you'd like to be.
Okay. So in the center over here is Llewellyn, and what else?
In the center, so here, let me re-describe the room. There are 4 rune stones placed throughout the room. They seem to have a light green hue hanging around them. You also see in the center of the room this kind of pit from which this manifestation of Tolgeth's rage emerged. This is not the god Tolgith. This is a facet of the god Tolgith and the rage of the god Tolgith. To make this pointed, as of right now, there is a wall protecting the Llewellyn and Cranouche that seems to be being held by the power of the construct that the rage is inhabiting. So terms of engagement here, clear the board. If you can get the sooner Tolgith, if you get them down, then you'll be able to access the other two. And the Death Weasels are just going to make your life hell. Sound cool?
It does sound cool.
Okay,
Clear the
Death
board, like
Weasels.
kill everything and we win.
Yes.
Well, kill everything
Okay.
and we get the privilege of going to fight Llewellyn and Cranouche and potentially stop them from reviving Tolgith properly.
Cranouche is the one that screamed, your blood enemies are here.
That was Llewellyn.
That was Llewellyn. Okay, thank you.
And Llewellyn is kind of hovering there, his like curly blonde locks dangling down usually, and now they've kind of become this sickly gray, and they're kind of being blown straight upwards as they're levitating in this space in the center here, as their ability to manipulate the weave or the anti-weave, depending on how you view it, is much greater than it was before. So, top of the order is my first albino Death Weasel. My albino Death Weasel is going to.
Now that we know the room, we should do
wait,
what
but wait,
do.
I didn't place myself anywhere.
Yeah, we were finishing the room description first.
Yeah,
Great.
I was trying to figure out if the runes were things we had to like destroy to lower a shield or something.
They seem as old as the room. They don't seem to be something that was erected recently.
Okay, then I want to be as far away from my team as possible. I'd like to be over here. Is that what you were talking about? Like I can just be somewhere?
No. Like kind of like around the front.
Okay, like just Okay, cool.
I'd like to be off the map, actually.
I'd actually like to be in the last encounter, just like drinking like a cold drink or something, you know. Like I'll take my grappling hook and go.
I did. I'm wrong. Yes, dear.
Okay.
Is everybody placed where they'd like to be?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Bayou, can you see?
I can see.
I love that for you.
Me too, honestly.
It's a stream miracle.
Really nice change of pace for Bayou and also me.
For Bayou, for Odyssey, for those are the new two characters you played.
I also have very bad vision, so it's also Scarlet.
Also Scarlet, the most played character.
Would you?
All right.
Would you accept? I cast Longstrider before the combat starts.
Yes.
I don't think you would accept that. Okay. I'll go down a spell slot, and I have +10 move speed.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. So the albino Death Weasel is going to run. It's going to it kind of skitters. It slides forward, and it's kind of slopping along with swamp muck kind of falling out of its white fur. And as it rushes towards you, it wheels around and unleashes a spray of foul musk in a 20-foot cone. I need a Constitution saving throw from the slugs, Celestrina and Josephine.
They're not slugs, they're fuzzy.
Fuzzy
musky
caterpillars.
Yes.
That are about to become very musky.
And not
Wow.
me. I'm like right in front of it.
Yes,
Is it
you.
Okay.
Zincha, Celestrina, and Josephine.
All right. How's a 15?
A 15 passes.
Nice.
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 Caterpillars are gonna get a 7.
All right, they gain the poison condition for 1 minute
Yay.
effect at the end of its turn. They can save at the end of their turns.
Molly,
Okay.
just
Yes?
for the unknowing, does that mean anything different than it does in 2014 versus 2024?
Oh my goodness, thank you so much for asking.
Does it?
Does it?
Gadzooks!
Wait, what are we talking about?
We're talking about the poison condition in 2024 versus 2014. And no, it is disadvantage on all ability checks and saving throws.
And attacks?
And attacks. All D20 tests.
My favorite thing is when players previously have asked, I have resistance to poison damage, and they're like, does that mean I have resistance to the poison condition? And it always gets into a conversation. Oh boy.
Isn't it fun?
It's so fun.
That would not be hard to achieve. You just give advantage on the save.
Like, as a professional game designer, I strive to use the same word in as many different contexts as possible. So that no one ever knows what you're talking about. It makes it easier to fudge the rules during playtests.
Like, Nosh is right there.
And so, as the spray of musky poison sickens the fuzzy caterpillars, the weasel wheels around and hisses at you. Erish, you're up.
Oh wait, did I get hit by that, or just the caterpillars? Okay,
just the caterpillars.
Okay, got it. And how did they take damage?
No.
Okay, got it. I think I can give them the poison condition.
The avatar of Kranouche is not within the force field. It is hittable. The only two things within the force field are, the avatar of Tolgith, Kranouche, and did I write? Yeah, I did that, didn't I?
Poisoned.
Avatar of Tolgith. There we go. I'm a thing fixer.
Good job. Way to fix that thing.
Okay, I think what we're gonna do. What we're going to do here is.
Oh my god, this is insane.
Do you know how to stop? Like, it has like a trail that it leaves whenever I move, and it makes it hard to measure distance. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, even.
I do. I don't know. We just got to roll with it for now.
Oh boy. Oh, that's not what okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my action, and if any enemy gets within striking distance of me, I would like to smack.
Okay.
I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of hunker down and wait for them to come to me.
Any bonus actions, any movement?
Bonus action, I will go ahead and put my Inspel on my Shock Baton, so I get my extra to hit and damage, and it becomes necrotic damage, and I can put all my extra smitey stuff on there. So
that's
me.
Right.
I fixed it. Right click your character.
Just deleted yourself and put yourself back on the initiative a couple times. All right.
I did.
Here we go. Updating combatant. You're at 6. Next up here is the albino weasel. The other albino weasel is going to surge over to Zinsha as Zinsha is plotting to go after the big abomination in front of them, and is instead met with another set of smells. They are going to run forward and make a bite attack at you. It's a nat 1. They're going to miss. That's the end of their turn. Bayou, you're up.
Okay. I am going to just go with the old classic standby and cast Guardian. Nope, just kidding. Cast
Guardian of Nature.
Guardian of Faith, but that's not what I'm gonna do. Spirit Guardians. On me, myself.
Yay!
And then on me, myself, and me. And then I am going to, before I do anything else, I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on this one. this little weasel man. Weasel
you are
creature.
casting. These are 2 actions that you're doing.
I think isn't Spirit Guardian's a bonus action, I believe.
Nope.
Oh no, it's not.
Weapon.
I was wrong.
But it's a concentration, so you'll get it for free every turn after this.
Yes. But I was mistaken. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm just gonna run on over here and bloop. Oh, I went 40 feet. Sorry. Meh, meh.
Okay. So I think they make saves now.
They make
What
saves
did we
when they
determine?
enter on the first.
It's when they enter or start their turn.
Yeah. So they enter.
So yes now.
Yep. All right.
Well, I don't know.
2
This
rolls.
This is the moonbeam situation all over again.
Yeah, I was gonna say however you want to rule it.
Moonbeam doesn't
we
exist. Don't
have
even talk to me.
I love
we have
moonbeam.
a
It's such a good
we
spell.
have a
Is my camera delayed?
I don't think so.
You look normal to us.
Yeah.
Or
Right.
wait. Yeah, you look pretty normal.
Okay. First time I've ever
Normalish,
told that.
you know.
All right, so 2 wisdom saves. They are, one is a 16, one is a 12.
Okay, I think my DC is so many spells, a 16. So
Your DC is a 16.
yes.
All right, so one beats it, 1 fails it.
And that's going to be 9 for the one that failed, and half that for the one that succeeded.
9 and there's 35. That's the correct size for the emanation. All right. Okay, so we have too many cooks in the kitchen. So as you rush forward with this if you want to tell us about what your spirit guardians are looking like these days.
Yeah, I think they're just I don't think you could see them right now when you look directly at them. I think it's one of those like out of the corner of your eyes there's like a glimmer of light or a flash of light, and then when you look too closely they're kind of sort of just like, you know, incorporeal, non-there, blurry, whatever, what have you. Maybe it looks like a motion blur. Just sort of spiraling around today.
Awesome. As all this happens, this is going to be our first thing here is I need let's see, each creature within 60 feet. So I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw as the stench of the swamps, the rotting of the swamps, starts to flood out over you and overpower your senses.
Oh no.
How's a 14?
Uh-oh.
A 14 fails.
How's an 18?
20.
Or a 19?
Passes.
How's a 7? No, 6.
Your caterpillars can't be double poisoned.
Oh, okay.
So if you fail, you gain the poison condition until initiative 20 of the next round.
Ooh.
All right, well, I got that because that was a fail.
All right, wicked. So that'll be that. At the end of Bayou's turn, I'll remember to use a legendary action here. Let's see here.
Which one of these is poisoned?
Oh, let me also roll. Oh, no, just kidding.
All right. As this happens, you see a smaller swamp rat will pop up underneath the feet of Celestrina. Make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm not good at those. I'm good at con saves. Natural 20.
All right, so you feel this rat pop up from underneath the earth, attempting to dislodge you and knock you over, but it is unable to do so. So that's lair action. That's legendary action. Now we're going into our main turn here.
Celestine just vibing still. She's making a face though. You'll see.
We are going to get. There are going to be 3 ranged attacks that go out from the Avatar of Tolgeth. They are kind of a kind of green flame that wraps these motes. And only 1 will hit. So two will go. 1 will go out against Bayou, will miss. 1 against Celestrina will be a 26.
That hits.
I'm sorry, 25.
That still hits.
All right, cool. So you will take 13 necrotic damage as these motes of green necrotic fire slam into your body and start to tear apart this armor, this oil slick armor, as you see it kind of trying to scorch away the very fey nature of your armors. My bonus action.
As it hits, you see it hit Celestrina like the necrotic fire, and you can see her like her talisman kind of glow and absorb part of it, and then launch part of it back, and then deal 3 damage and psychic damage to the Avatar and push it 10 feet away from me.
Cool.
I don't think I do want to push it though. I can stay where it is.
It will. Nice. It sort of you see it kind of get the damage swung back in its face, and it doesn't seem to have a problem. It seems to take it normally. That is the end of its turn. Next up is my other albino death weasel. It's gonna surge right at Erish.
Whoa, trigger.
Erish, go ahead and make your thing.
Trigger. To quote Magic the Gathering. Anyway. Okay, we're gonna swing. Oh.
And on that note, I'm gonna go to a ad break. So hey YouTube, what's up? How you doing?
Hi.
Hi YouTube.
Today.
How do you know my middle name?
I just, there's just certain things that you can tell when you play D&D with somebody.
Wait, how much damage was it? 13?
13 damage, yeah.
Can I ask a rules question?
Yeah.
So Spirit Guardians is when they Spirit Guardians is when they enter or start their turn in the AoE.
Uh-huh.
So if I grab them and I pull them out and then pull them back in, will they take damage
Once
again?
per turn. Yep.
Once per turn.
Molly was telling you this is a common strategy, and they call it the Spirit Guardians grinder, the cheese grater. Yeah.
Yep.
So once per your turn, like once per character's turn?
Per each turn, yeah. Not per round. So each turn, you could do it and it totally works.
So because what I'm thinking is I have a DC 16 grapple saving throw, but maybe my disadvantage on attacks because I'm poisoned for 1 round makes it more desirable to do that than attack.
I agree with that. That's a good strategy. Erish, your attacks go off.
So I forgot and then remembered to roll disadvantage because I'm poisoned right now, and I rolled the exact same thing. It was 17 on the dice, which makes it after modifiers 25 to hit.
All right, that definitely hits. Assuredly.
Cool. So that's going to be 2d4. Wow, not d4. What am I saying? 2d8.
That would be a bummer.
So that's, well, it's still kind of a bummer, but that's going to be 8 total damage, 9 total damage, as I rolled a 1 and a 4 on the dice, plus my modifier, and my in-spell damage, so 8 necrotic damage, technically.
Wow. You are Erish, kind of stumbling from the awful smells radiating through the room, barely able to steady their stun baton and barely drives it into the flesh of this massive ferret creature. 38. In my head, you are fighting a frog robot and 4 ferrets. So that's what's going on.
I also was on the same ferret wavelength. I do want to say that.
Decidedly giant ferrets.
Like when they were charging Erish, I just imagine, that when ferrets do that thing where their arms go all crazy? Yeah. And they're like, ah! That's what I was imagining.
I am dead that the actual sign in American Sign Language for ferret is this.
That's 100% accurate.
Yeah.
How cute is that? Okay.
Also, Molly, the damage that I did was radiant, if that's relevant.
Yep, gotcha.
Good.
Next up is Celstrina.
Okay. Cool.
Celstrina brackets the despised for some reason.
The despised. Yeah, you know,
I don't hate you.
okay, Celstrina has been standing here like just like it's stinky, you know, there's been like breaths. She's just been standing here like not getting hit by stuff. There was a rat in the ground for some reason, and she's getting annoyed. She pulls out her sword and looks over here to Llewellyn and Cranush, who are in the middle of the ritual, and kind of says like, well, I guess this makes things pretty simple, and like looks at the construct, you know. So Celstrina is going to go over here by these friends, and I'm going to use mirror image, and I'm going to use my cloak of flies. So you see her, and as she's running over, like her armor erupts into the butterflies, and also like, you know, you can't really see her. She starts to like almost lag in your eyes, like as though she's like going faster than light, but also really slow. And then when she arrives, there's 4 of her, and then okay, moving to Josephine, but then the Josephine and the caterpillars come over here and make an attack.
Cool.
And they'll cancel out the disadvantage, and that's a 13 to hit.
Oh, Josephine is giving advantage to the caterpillars.
Indeed.
All
They're working
right.
together.
Yeah, that
all
hits.
the Pokemon. Okay, so
You know, sometimes like your
then-
dog and your cat become best friends. It's
so,
like that.
That never happened.
Josephine swoops down. The turtle with beautiful blue oil slick wings swoops down as the 3 caterpillars jump onto her back. She flies over, and then the 3 caterpillars like they all like link their like strings together and start spinning, and they jump off and like a shoo, 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 and like the like strings like form like a net over the weasel, and it gets caught up in some of the strings and starts to like because it's grappled.
Target is medium or smaller, so it's a huge target, so it will not be grappled, but it will take the damage.
1 extra damage then, because I can use the one that doesn't grapple, but that's still what happens. It just like is so big that it just cuts him off immediately.
Heck yeah.
Okay, then that's gonna be 6 damage.
Cool. All right, we have dealt 9 damage so far to this weasel, and
Yay.
9 damage to the other weasel. Very even damage profile. As a very blurry Celstrina at this point rushes across the field. Zinsha, you have been wildly attacked by these strange rodent creatures from a hellscape you never imagined, spewing odors at you that you never thought possible. What would you like to do?
Should I go for the cheese grater?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's grate some cheese.
Let's grate some cheese.
They also, by the way, if they're adjacent to me, they'll also take damage if they start their turn there. So I'm just telling this out of character.
I'm gonna bring them back.
But just so you know, like where they're to bring them back to and stuff.
Okay. The outside one. Give me a DC 16, strength or dex, whichever is better.
Oh, sorry. At the end of that turn, Adora, make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay. Also, what's the DC for the poison save for the caterpillars?
Oh, the DC for the poison save is 15.
Okay, cool. They're still poisoned.
Yeah.
And my dex save is 18.
Cool. So you
really
feel another rat erupt from underneath you, but does not seem to be able to get purchase on you.
I'm 19 and 20 on these saves.
Penny, you gave me you're using an unarmed attack to grapple.
I just, they need a hug.
Yeah. So that'll be a 15. It fails.
It fails.
Yay!
All right. And I'm going to run this way. I guess I provoke sorry, can I do the inside one so I don't provoke an attack of opportunity?
Yes, but you will spend.
I think
it'll be difficult terrain.
It'll be difficult terrain for why?
Because
it's
you have to be
surrounded.
dragging the rat over the other rat.
Okay. Well, I'll still do it because I have like 50 move speed. So
I think you have enough move to spare here for what you're trying to do.
So I'm gonna just drag it out of the box and then suplex it back in to right where it was. And now it needs to make a wisdom saving throw for the spirit guardians.
Okay, it'll save.
So that's half damage.
Yep.
Do you want to just roll the damage together and see if I do the other one first?
You're muted.
Penny, didn't you cast freedom of movement on yourself?
No,
The
I cast
long
Long Strider.
Oh, just kidding.
It doesn't really matter. So it saved. Can you roll Spirit Guardians damage real quick?
Did you cast Spirit Guardians at 3rd or 4th level, Scarlet?
And that is going to be, oh, I rolled much better this time. Fantastic. Let's see, 16 damage.
So 8.
Or half.
Yeah, 8 on that one. And then the outside one, I would like a DC. I guess I'm back here. A DC 16 save once again.
Okay, you will take an attack of opportunity.
Sure, I guess. Hard for me to track what's going on spatially.
You grab one, you're dragging it out.
Yeah.
Oh, you're dragging it. So you're actually okay. So let me
I'm gonna
revision here. You're gonna pull this here so it doesn't provoke. You're gonna drag that out here. Then you're gonna spend another bit to push it back in. It's there. Then you're gonna grab this one.
Exactly. Yeah, that was my idea.
Okay.
That was the idea. Did it fail to save?
I didn't roll it. I was figuring out what it was. It was a 19. It passes the save,
then it
but
passes.
it will still take half damage.
Well, no, that's the grapple.
Oh,
save.
the dex save.
So I don't even do it.
Yep. And that's both of that you have a bonus action remaining.
I have a bonus action remaining. Does it unarmed strike doesn't count as light for purposes of using my offhand weapon?
Nope.
Okay. Do I have anything? I mean, I guess I could use a hunter's mark, but that seems useless here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm probably gonna cast a Zephyr Strike soon if I am ever unpoisoned. So I'm just gonna take a con save for the poison condition. I think.
Hopefully you can save.
Nope.
I think doesn't our poison clear off of at the beginning of the next round?
Well, that was a different poison.
Well.
I see.
Your poison does.
No, that is the right poison. It clears Ascension at initiative 20, but if
you don't get a save for it at the end of your turn. You get a save for the weasel poison at the end of your turn.
Very clear, super straightforward. Let's go.
Great. As that happens, another rat will pop out from underneath the feet of Bayou. Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, not me.
Does the rat, when it pops out, also because it entered the field, get smashed by the spirit guardians for the first time?
I think it should.
Yes, but it's an attack rat, not a
HP rat.
Not a rat with HP per se.
Understandable.
Dex save's gonna be a 7.
All right, you are prone.
Good.
Next up here is my other weasel, who is gonna run.
That's sure where I like
get there. No, is gonna run to Erish and is going to start giving you a little nibble. Is gonna try to hit you with a claw attack.
Bring it.
Is probably gonna miss. I think that is a 11.
Yeah, that'll miss.
Yep. All right, that's the end of their turn. Tolgith is going to force its final dexterity saving throw of the evening as a swamp frog attempts to trip up Zinsha. Zinsha, make a dexterity saving throw.
Dex save is nat 1. Well, I have disadvantage. Let me roll the other one. Still a nat 1.
Poison doesn't apply to saves.
Okay.
Luckily, you rolled a nat 1 already.
I'm prone.
So now you're prone.
Correct.
Top of the order here, that's all 3 legendary actions. Top of the order is the albino death weasel. That is going to will take the attack of opportunity from Celestrina.
They take their saves, and they take this one takes damage from my
That's accurate. So it does save on the wisdom throw. Give me damage.
Scarlet?
Scar?
Sorry? It takes it at the no, they take
It's at the start of its turn.
It's at the end of its turn.
No, it's when it enters or starts its turn. I opened it for the...
I'm looking
when
at the
you cast a
2020
spell,
corner.
you can designate creatures to be affected by it. Any other creatures in speed or halves. And whenever the emanation enters a creature's space, and whenever a creature enters the emanation or ends its turn there, the creature must make a wisdom saving throw. So whenever a creature enters or ends. So, but your tech still worked. So, because you ran the emanation onto it. So now, what's the Cloak of Flies damage?
4. It's just my charisma modifier. So
cool.
The butterflies, I don't think that they are biting. I don't think that's the vibe. I think that the oil slick, like as they like touch a little bit, it like leaves some oil slick behind, and that's like burning.
Cool. So Celestrina leaves a burning residue on
curry
this
from
weasel.
Gully.
And
I'll make my opportunity attack.
Yep.
Okay, 15.
15 will hit.
Woo! And look, okay, big news. In honor of the finale, I have found my regular dice box, and I have real D8s that I can roll all at the same time.
Woo!
The luxury.
You've been rolling well today. Okay, that's 18 damage. Actually, yeah, that's 18 damage.
Adora rolling well in combat? Unheard of.
Our team.
So as this happens, Celestrina... Go ahead.
You can describe it.
Celestrina lashes out at this weasel as it starts to slip away. As the butterflies start to buffet its back legs, you see Celestrina open a large gash across the hip flexor of this rat. As it runs, it spins around looking at Celestrina. It hisses once again, and looking at the prone Zinsha, it surges forward once more. Where it is going to get to make 2 attacks because you are prone.
Oh no.
And it's at advantage. Yay! Too bad I rolled a 13 and an 11. Second attack is does a 16 hit, Zinsha?
Yeah, meets it, beats it.
Heck yeah, I did a damage with these rats. You will take... The extra attack is the bite, which is a grand total of 8 piercing damage. I hope you can recover. Next up,
I'm gonna use my reaction to reduce that by 6 and take 2.
Heck yeah.
I love it.
Did that?
So you see, as Zinsha has this weasel like Zinsha has this weasel bearing down on them. You just have this. You see Zinsha like rolling from side to side, like grabbing a claw and bending it backwards and grabbing a tooth, and you're just sort of seeing Zinsha like holding this up here, like guys.
I'm really imagining like Rock Lee on the ground, like rolling side to side as the spikes come down. You know.
Yep.
Everything's better if you imagine Rock Lee doing it. So,
Erish, you're up.
Science.
Because that was the top of the order, does the certain poison condition end?
Poison clears after your turn.
After
Also,
my
because
that
you were
little ferret
21.
guy.
Oh right,
I gave you
was
plus
21.
3.
You're right.
What's up by you?
Anyway,
That ferret will take damage at the end of its turn. It is still in the radius.
It was a different ferret.
Isn't this the one that just went?
No, the one above it.
this one.
Oh, sorry. I got my ferrets confused.
You're good. Sometimes it's hard to keep your
us
ferrets
all.
straight.
I'm also referring to them as
I'm literally always saying
in my head. Ferrets of unusual size.
I love it.
Anyone
I love
wants
ferrets of unusual size.
Foo?
FOUSs?
House.
House?
Faust. Well, no,
Oh,
Faust is
right.
F-A-U-S because it's German. It's a German spelling.
Faust.
So
It can be-
Well, so Erish,
Or does it
as
sound
you
the
have
same?
these two, as the poisonous cloud is still has you in a morass around you, as you surrounded in your head. You have these two weasels snipping and biting at you. They haven't been so effective so far. What would you like to do?
I think Erish in this moment channeling some of that, she's like coughing with the poison and the stench, and she channels it up, almost taking some of that malice and disgust and literally rechannels it and yells out to these weasels, casting a wave of agony at them. I need a Constitution saving throw for both of these weasels, please.
Please. Both will fail.
All right, they are both taking 3d8 necrotic, and their speed is reduced to 0 until the beginning of my next turn.
Nice.
Hopefully I roll. Okay, do I roll the damage individually per them, or just roll and then they take
Roll
both
once,
the same?
applies to both.
All right, so they both take 13 points of necrotic damage. Their speed is reduced to 0.
Sick.
So
That
if you
is
go
about a
chase
best case
you.
scenario for that spell.
I would say I think I can, because their speed is 0, I can move away, or does that still provoke opportunity? I don't
It
remember.
will still provoke an attack of
But
opportunity,
it's still maybe a good choice. Then they can't do their
value?
normal turn stuff.
they're gonna spray you if you're within 20 feet.
That's
So-
true. So
You can get out of 20 feet though, and then they can't chase you and spray you.
yeah, it might be a good idea to just leave them behind. So we're gonna just
Bye.
get over here into the safety of the spirit
Emanation.
guardians. Yeah,
I want to be guarded spiritually.
I would like to be guarded spiritually.
Come to
All right,
me.
they may.
Erish runs toward you with open arms after releasing this wave of malice against these weasels, and you see, just beckoning forward for the light. Erish is, as you look up at her from your back by you. The other albino death weasel is going to do.
Oh, I saw them live. They were at Coachella.
Is going to do the
I know
same
death weasels.
thing
I
as
love
the
them. Such a
other
unique sound.
I
as
saw
the other
Burning
weasel.
Man. Infected
And we'll-
mongoose.
Have you taken a react? Yes, you did take a reaction. So then it's
I
going to
did.
rush at you and make its 2 attacks.
We're not letting it go, Molly.
Oh, what? You're not letting the bit go?
Yeah, we're not letting our hilarious Coachella bit go.
Okay. Well, I'll keep plugging along. You let me know when it's done.
Let me know when we're back with the game.
I love
organized.
that. Oh, you don't just shut down. Like we're just gonna keep moving on.
All right. So you're gonna take 5 slashing damage.
Okay.
And you gain the restrain condition as this ferret has put its top claws over you and has raked its bottom claws underneath you, and as it does, it grabs Zinsha and starts gnawing on their head.
Ouch.
Yikes.
But it will critically fail. 2 net ones. It is unable to bite your head. Much to
Something
its
about your
surprise.
head is just
It's just too much.
indelectable.
All right, poison clears from Zinsha and Erish. Bayou, you're up.
Okay. I am gonna use half my movement to stand up. Is that still how prone works?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna use half my movement to stand up.
Oh, sorry. I gotta do the next lair action.
Our poison wears off.
The poison is gone. I get to make 3 as balls of swamp creatures. So like massive newts are being thrown, or what are they called?
Rude.
Skinks.
Skinks.
What?
What are you talking? The lizard?
Big
Oh,
balls of
skinks.
skinks are
Oh,
being
skinks, yeah.
hooked down at you from the above.
Oh my gosh.
I am gonna
This is
make
just like my abilities.
I'm gonna make 3 yeah, it is the Celestrina breaker. It just dexterity saving throws and being hit with lizards. So
Lizards eat bugs.
that's true. That is factually accurate according to many scientists.
Actually
all right,
Everyone's
believe
first
it.
about how
one
lizards
that was
eat
against
bugs.
Erish is a crit fail. Second one against Bayou is a nat 20. Second
no.
one, third one against Celstrina is going to be a big pain in the ass because she's got to roll like 4
Real
d6.
quick, Molly. Bay is
Right.
prone, right?
Yes.
Is this a ranged attack? Wouldn't that be a
It is a ranged
disadvantage?
attack. All right.
Ooh,
Oh,
well
yeah, that's a
remembered.
nat one.
It's a
All
ranged
right.
ball of skinks. Oh my gosh,
What
a
a
nat 20 to a
range.
nat 1.
All these critical fails, I feel like there should be more like incidentals or injured skank.
And you see Tolgith moves a little bit closer to you because as it falls down the mossy rocks. The Bayou, you're up.
Did you miss Celstrina?
I rolled a 16 on the die, so that's a 20. That's a 27, but you have to do your mirror image thing.
Yeah, so I can do that. One of them is gone.
All right, cool. So as this swarm of skinks slam into the multiple forms of Celstrina, one of the forms of Celstrina slips away, scattered into the weave as this mound of skinks splits and separates, crawling into the rocks nearby. Bayou, you're up. Sorry that took forever.
That's
Forever,
okay.
ever?
Ever? I'm going to use half my movement to stand up, and then I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move. Here, and then.
Save.
Oh, sorry. What? My little thingy isn't moving with me. I want to move there. I want my thing to move with me. Obviously.
Yeah, I've been the one moving your thing.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Did they make their saves
Okay.
now?
Yes, they will make their saves now.
All right. Both
the
of them will
dungeon.
fail.
Fantastic. That's gonna be. Where did my third D8 go? All right. That's gonna be.
Spirit Guardian's concentration.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
13.
Hey,
13.
teacher, do we have homework?
Sorry?
No, it's Trev asking if it's concentration. Nothing. Never mind.
I'm sorry.
All right.
like Bias
The
taking damage.
northern weasel is
Mm.
nearly obliterated. It seems to be barely hanging on as its friend, still fairly well to do, is still like kicking its back feet against Zinsha. With
Rude.
next up here.
Wait, I'm not done.
Still
is
hasn't
bonus
done anything.
action.
I'm not done with my turn.
Bonus action.
No, regular action.
An
I haven't-
action. But
I know.
just walked.
I know.
Okay, so I'm just gonna I think toll the dead on the northern fellow.
Fails.
Fantastic. So
Tell us about
and it
how you
has
kill a weasel with a bell.
okay.
Graphic.
You know, no, you know like when you give a ferret like a bell toy and they just like fucking lose their mind? That's what happens. I throw like a tiny little bell and he gets so excited that he just like cannot comprehend and explodes.
That just, I don't know, for some reason that just made me think of like when you give a mouse a pancake or something, or like one of
Yeah.
those
Very
books.
similar
like,
phenomenon when you give a ferret a
Yeah.
bell.
when you give a
Nice,
ferret a
very
bell, it will
So
ask for
not as good in the
XYZ.
alliteration.
Yeah.
Now, bonus action.
I think that's actually gonna be the end of my turn.
All right, this is the end. Now it's the Avatar of Tolgith's turn. Oh yes. Do. What should we do, friend?
Whatever is most tactically sound, Molly.
No,
I'm sorry,
Dicks.
what would an angry god sensing that the being told that the source of all its pain is directly in front of it? It's probably gonna go for
It's probably gonna go for that, right?
yeah, so it's gonna go for Bayou.
solid choice.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
So the impression that we were given, like, this is not like from knowledge that we the players would know. This is not a situation where we could try and talk to this part of Tolgith. Is that
This is
that's
an
kind of like the
avatar-
vibe I
this
got?
Yes, this is
Like
an
not-
an
he's not
avatar of
conscious.
rage.
Okay, all right, just making sure.
You're good.
That was
Okay, so they make their save.
We all look over to Bayou and be like, "Is it worth saving now?" And like,
Is it an attack? Is it an attack roll, or I'm making a save, Molly?
I am making a save. You are
Hmm.
rolling damage on. Oh, I saved.
for
So give
my-
me half damage.
Alrighty, that's gonna be.
That would
Hopefully
be,
spirits can guardian you.
That's gonna be.
She guardian on my
Uh,
spirit till it. Anyway, sorry.
Okay. Okay, that's enough out of you, Trav.
Oh, I gotta go. That's gonna be 17. You said he saved 17 half, so
Ugh.
8.
Clearly, she guardian on my spear till I it. Obviously.
Okay.
See, I'm not the only one, Penny. You can't just silence me.
We will not be silenced.
All right, so as it rushes forward, it gets singed slightly by this agnostic holy magic in front of it, which is very strange now. We're getting very abstract and very modern with it.
Yeah, it's gonna get more every time.
We will get 2 attacks here. You are not prone anymore, so it's not at advantage.
I'm not.
I
Dang.
will use.
Bayou's not.
I'll use warding flare on one of them.
Okay, that gives me disadvantage.
Correct.
So we have an 18 and a 12. So the lower of the two is a 23.
That does hit. That is
Cool.
gonna hit.
That's a whopper of a hit.
So you will take 15 piercing.
Mm-hmm.
As this construct steps forward and it reaches out and it grabs you, and you feel spines like small poisonous spines shooting into your body as it grabs you, and it reaches over the other hand. And that is 29. So yeah, so it'll be a total of 30 damage piercing and 14 damage necrotic total. As these spines get shirked into you.
Do you get the warding flare temporary hit points?
No. Warding flare?
So
From
your
6th level light cleric.
Yes.
Where your warding flares give 2d6 temporary hit points. I didn't know that, but I just saw it. I was like, oh. That's great. Warding flare is good. You can do that a lot.
Cleric, light.
I don't think I have that marked on my features list.
Yep.
I have warding
in
flare.
addition, whenever you use warding flares, you gain a number of temporary hit points equal to 2d6 plus your wisdom modifier. So you can reduce 2d. You can reduce the damage taken by 2d6, but you still have to make 2 DC 12 concentration checks to hold Spirit Guardians.
Okay, and you said plus my wisdom modifier. Okay, let's see. But I get them at advantage because I'm a warcaster. So the first one I pass. Second one I pass.
Cool.
Yay!
All right.
You're still guarding the spirits.
Challenging concentration didn't work for me. We are going to do.
If it ends its turn there, does it get banged up again by the?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is going to. You'll see this avatar of Tolgith kind of shred itself into 100,000 different tiny creatures and move back across the field to where it started. Next up here is and reconstitute itself back where it started. Next up is the stationary albino death weasel, who is just gonna scream. Celestrina, you're up.
Okay, so here's the deal. All right, Celestrina.
They're gonna have held actions, but you don't know that. So.
Right. Okay. So here's the deal. Celestrina is a warden of the Carrion King variety, and she has taken an oath to protect the undertrodden. And her enemies at this time just threw a ball of skinks at her. And is no one thinking of the skinks? here in this situation. And this
That's
avatar
true.
is made of little guys. They're all just little guys.
They're just little
And
guys.
They're
and
just
so
little
every time
guys.
they take damage, they're hurting little guys, and she's pissed off.
Yeah.
So she like sees the like the skinks like retreating, like skinking away, and she is like visibly angered by this and looks up with her sword at Llewellyn and Cranush and says, sinking this low, pshing, and like the sword kind of like glows a little bit more.
Skinking this low?
Badass.
Skinking
What would
this
you like
low,
to do?
exactly. So here's the deal. This is it. It's time. It's finally time. Okay. I have 2 spell slots per fight. I used 1 on Mirror Image because I am going to use my other one to cast Spirit Guardians.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Blah 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 blah.
Which I
We're grading cheese
which
today.
I did learn how to do from Bayou. So they actually, my guardians, I learned a little bit a while ago. So mine are like more explicitly Udmorsian. You know,
Makes
they're
sense.
like water. They're like glowing water spirits.
They don't
you
get to
know.
change with you? I assumed you like get to manifest them however you want, like even though you learn the
Yeah,
spell
okay,
from
yeah.
me.
So that's the other thing. Or is it yours or is it mine? Because if it's mine, then it's way cooler. For like, not cooler. No, like Bayous are cooler for Bayou. I just mean that yours for her.
Hey, you said it. You said it.
I finished the
Celestrina
sentence.
just coming
That
out
was part of
and
the sentence
roasting
from the
people
beginning.
today.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay. I
Because then
can't
we'll
help
have
that.
2 different kinds instead of just 2 of the same. Okay, it's fine.
It's
I
fine.
think-
Yeah. You know what? This is cool.
Really flavor. So
it's
yeah, they should look like
Celestrina's
whatever you
Spirit
want.
Guardians, and so she's actually really angry about the like the undertrodden at this moment, and so it is going to manifest as skinks, and they are like made of shadow, and so you can see Celestrina raise her sword and point it at the boss, and it glows, and around her like the shadows erupt it with life as you see like woodland creatures exactly the same kind, or like swamp creatures, the same kind that live within the construct, as well as the skinks that she just like dodged. And they come out in their shadow, and they come out, they emerge, and they go away, and they shift. They're constantly shifting. And so I am going to just as a treat, I'll pop down here.
What damage type are you dealing?
I'll do radiant, or I don't know. I'm not evil, so I'm assuming that it's radiant.
Okay.
So it's radiant damage still, but it's it can be blue radiant damage. So I'll pop down 5 feet, and then I'm gonna go back, so we don't have to move the box. But okay, well, anyway, I'll pop down 5 feet just to force a save from the weasel.
That'll be a fail.
Okay, and I have prepared d8s for today. So that's 21 damage. So these D8s are like, I just found them this morning, so I don't know if they're really good or whatever, but Celestrina walks towards this guy, and a bunch of little guys pop up and take bites out of them, dealing 21 radiant damage.
And these radiant bites dissolve this weasel into a pool of flesh.
Very nice.
We love pools of flesh.
Then Celestrina turns
around.
around.
I saw them at Coachella. That was a show.
I don't know how you all are seeing metal bands at Coachella. They typically don't play at Coachella, so this is wild.
So Celestrina is going to like march towards the boss here, and when she is within, or I guess I was within 30 feet from the beginning, so I guess the first thing she's going to do is use Mark of Shadows to pull it towards her 5 feet, and then it is now going to have the butterflies harrying it, as we love to do.
Hairy butterflies, gotcha.
We love to harry, and then we will walk towards
Fuzzy
it and force a save.
caterpillars, hairy butterflies.
Yeah, so make another save for the construct.
It will save.
Okay. That's 6 damage.
6
Yeah,
heckin'
12 divided by 2.
DiMaggios. All right.
I love
you do it.
DiMaggios. And let's see, 20.
Not
oh yeah,
delivery.
so
It's DiMaggio.
it's pulled towards me, and then I'll basically just walk up to it threateningly and just be like, which is maybe not the smartest idea, frankly. But whatever, this is dramatic. If I lose my concentration immediately, so be it. That's my turn. I can't move the enemy, but they should be southwest 1 tile. And then the caterpillars are going to come join me.
Well, at the end of your turn, it is going to do a legendary action.
Yes.
So with it next to you, it's going to force a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, wow. Great. Okay, I got an 8.
All right, you are proned. Now it is the turn of your caterpillars. Your go.
Great. Okay. Caterpillars come over. Look, can my Pokemon like help me stand up? Like that makes sense, right? I don't know what the help action does, but it's all good. Let's have them come over here and attack with disadvantage. And 15.
15 absolutely does not hit.
Great. So the caterpillars come over. They're still like struggling a bit. They're like their glow is fading a little. So because they're poisoned, and they shoot their little loads. And sorry, that's not what I. And they,
Okay. Dora.
See, the issue with narrating, right?
Okay. They shoot and they missed. It missed.
I'm gonna stop.
You don't have to.
Never stop,
It's
Trev. Never stop.
It's too late. And I at this point would like to have Josephine. Wait, can't you? Probably not, right? I thought that maybe you could use the help action to like make them not be able to attack your friends as much, but I don't think that's the thing. I'm making that up, right?
Help action gives advantage to the next thing that happens.
Right, but you can't. Okay, yeah, great. Well, I would like to have Josephine go like after my turn so that the next person that attacks will get advantage. So we'll have butterflies harrying and a turtle. Everyone's hairy. It's lovely. That's my turn.
And so with all of these
over with me.
With all of these Harrys, I'm going to try to burn through the rest of your mirror images here. As it's you see the rage is kind of focusing on you. So at the end of the caterpillar turn, it's going to do its legendary action to do an attack. That'll be a 24 to hit.
Okay. Okay, I lose a mirror image.
All right, and then the next one here at the end of Josephine's turn, a 25 to hit.
Ah. Okay, that hits. I still have 2 mirror images.
All right, so
I haven't really been playing them as like having their own turns. I don't know how the legendary action works, but certainly not Josephine.
At the end of at anything's turn, you can take a legendary action.
Okay,
so,
I will tell you, I think that it is like not the right vibe to do that at the end of each of all 3 of ours turn. I'm not going to stop you, but that is not what I would do, and I think that that's like not the way that I've been playing these like Pokemon or whatever. But you can do it if that's what you feel is right. Certainly burning through my like cool thing that I did. Good idea.
Yeah. So you're going to take 15 piercing and 7 necrotic as it reaches down and grabs and places its hand on your body on the floor, and you feel quills shooting through your armor into your chest. Next up is Zinsha.
Okay, wait. So now I make my concentration save, and the DC is like a million. It's like 22.
The DC is going to be
or it's
you
half.
took 1 hit. So you took 1 hit for 22 damage, which means it's an 11.
Yeah. Okay, so 22 puts me to 25.
You took 1 hit.
So it's DC 11. Okay, I'll make my save. I got a 12 because I actually am good at con saves. Yes.
There you go. All right.
And
next.
as I get speared, my body erupts in shadow, and I'm harder to hit now.
Heck yeah. Next up is Zinsha.
So, what does restrained do?
You're no longer restrained. The thing is dead.
The thing is dead.
I got you.
I toggled my combat state on accident instead of. Okay. I don't know why that's a thing. All right. I'm going to. What do we think the weasels, the heffalumps and woozles, or the big armor guy are more dangerous right now?
Well, we don't
You
have to
just
kill the
watched
weasels.
Celestrina get mushed by this thing.
Barely keeping her concentration of the cool little guys, shadow guardians. Yeah.
Okay.
Boy, she turned me into a newt.
I got better. Let me measure distance real quick. Prone is half my movement. So Zephyr Strike.
It's like 50 right now.
Zephyr Strike.
Doubles your movement while you concentrate on it.
Before the spell ends, you can give yourself advantage on one weapon attack. It deals extra damage whether you hit or miss. It says weapon attack, not melee weapon attack. Whether you hit or miss, your walking speed increases by 30 feet until the end of that turn. If I spend half my movement to stand up and then add to my moving speed, do I only gain half of the movement?
No. You stand up, you have 25 feet, you cast Zephyr Strike, you make an attack that expends the Zephyr Strike, then you have 55 feet of movement.
Okay.
For what it's worth, there's already advantage on this guy, so if it's slightly more advantageous, I guess, to use the Zephyr advantage on a different enemy or something. I don't know. But it's fine to just like double it. It's fine. It's not that big a deal. You know, do what Zinsha would do.
There's already advantage on that guy?
Yeah.
From what?
From Josephine.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna spend.
So make your first attack, move 10 feet. Oh wait, you don't have.
I had to like know if that was possible before I could evaluate it as a choice. I only have 2 level 1 spell slots left because I used all my level 2s last session. So I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna use Zephyr Strike, and I'm down to 1 spell slot left. I'm going to expend that Zephyr Strike to make a ranged throwing dagger attack on this weasel that is for some reason highlighted. Do they have different amounts of damage on them?
Yes, the further one is more damaged.
Then I will attack the further one with more damage on it. I'll make an attack with advantage. First roll is a 12. Second roll is a 20.
20 hits.
20 hits. This is going to be D4 plus 5 plus 2. D4 plus 7. Oh, plus 1 plus D8 from the Zephyr Strike. That's 7 plus 7 is 14 damage.
Cool.
Okay. Gonna move 20 feet before I use my nick. And the nick is a pretty negligible amount of damage. If I use the nick, will it like consume the Josephine advantage, or can I just choose not to use it?
No, it will consume the Josephine advantage.
Yeah, it will consume
and I will throw this dagger at the same enemy, the same ferret. That is 22, which hits. This is just D4 plus D6 from Momentum Strike plus 2 from Thrown Weapon style, but no ability bonus because it's my offhand. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 more damage.
Cool.
Okay. And now with the remaining amount of my movement, I'm going to charge in and levy my greatsword. and try to skewer this guy. I'm gonna make my attack with advantage. This is
Wow, great sword.
Thank you. First roll is a 17 plus 9 is 26.
Hits
that
for
hit?
sure.
Hit. I'm gonna fish for a crit. I almost got there. Got a 19. Okay. So we got a hit. So that's 2d6 plus d6. Oh, Nick does not use. Oh no, I can't break my concentration. Never mind. Can't use Hunter's Mark. Society of Hunter's Mark wasn't a concentration spell. Okay. 2d6 plus 1d6 because it's my Obsidian Greatsword plus 1d6 from Momentum Strike plus 5.
So it's only 4.
4d6 plus 5, right? Am I forget? Plus 6 because it's a magic weapon. Okay.
You will learn that it is immune to necrotic damage.
So that I ignore the necrotic die.
Yep.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna re-roll all of this because I rolled 4 identical dice. I guess unless I rolled 3 3s and a 6. Do you want me to just take one of the 3s off? I don't know. I'll just
do
re-roll.
what you think is best.
I'm just gonna re-roll 3 dice. I rolled so much better on these dice. 13 plus 6 is 19. 19 damage. Please and thank you. Wow, why did I make a character that
19
was...
damage, biggest hit that we've done so far. We had done
Immune to
11
necrotic.
11 damage
Sorry,
so far, so we are down to 1. We have done.
Wait a second. You gave me a magic weapon that does necrotic damage, and then you gave us a boss that was immune to necrotic.
I
see you.
definitely planned out the damage types that far ahead of time. You should read into this. You should read
It's
into
like the
it.
ring of thunder resistance that she obviously rolled for.
You're
Which
a...
nobody is attuned to.
Clearly hates ferrets.
All right. I forgot to do the ferrets on this round.
Oh,
it looks like.
That was 35 feet. I have 10 more feet, and I don't provoke attacks of opportunity, so I'm gonna... I have 15 more feet, so I'm gonna back off.
I believe their movement is still 0 until the beginning of my turn. Because I hit them with
they
the wave.
already screamed that they couldn't move.
Yeah, you did.
We're in
You
round
have them
2.
scream 'cause they
Yeah,
can't
that's
move.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
I'm at the top of the order, so I did that and then ran away.
All right, Erish, you're the top. Let's go. What do? You see a liquefied pool of Weasel, a liquefying pool of Celestrina, still concentrating on a swarm of newts. Daggers are flying all over the place. A big bolt of necrotic energy didn't seem to do much against the Avatar. What would you like to do?
So I have a question for you, Molly. This is more of a flavor question of, I know, these or no, they wouldn't. Never mind, because it's at the beginning of my turn, so maybe it doesn't matter anymore. I was about to ask you something about with their speeds being 0, but that
they're not anymore.
I don't think they are. I'm trying to remember. Is it on until the beginning? Yeah, so their speed is no longer 0. Never mind. That's null and void. We're just gonna freaking go for it.
Freaking do it.
Just gonna freaking send it.
We're just gonna send it.
Friday night, I'm gonna send it.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and cast
I've just been meaning to tell you that you should go for it.
Oh, thank you. We're gonna go ahead and upcast a Tasha's Caustic Brew to hit both of these weasels and hopefully get rid of them.
Weasels.
The weasels. So I need a dexterity saving throw from both of them, please.
Alrighty. I hear you, phone. You're rude.
Gotta take your birth control.
The northernmost one will save with a nat 20. The bottom one will fail with a nat 1.
Okay. Thrown to be covered in acid and supposed to until he's. So this
just has that look in its eye.
This is just each crease during the line must succeed. Throw or be covered. Washed up. So I guess the other one just takes 4d4, and it'll keep taking it until it washes it off. So this first one, it's taking 9 acid damage.
That's the halved.
It doesn't. If they succeed, it doesn't get half. It just doesn't get covered in acid, which I was trying to verify. Which
it is barely alive.
Okay, and then at the start of its next turn, it will take another 4d4.
Wait. sorry, the one that saved takes 9, or the one that
No,
saved
the
takes
one that
nothing?
saved takes nothing. The one that failed is all it takes, and it's covered in acid until it uses an action to take it off, or a friend uses an action to take it off.
All right. All
And
right.
it'll- yeah,
So
that's it.
you please go ahead.
No, we're good. Thank you.
So you see kind of moving forward this big spout of acid, the second time in so many minutes that you've seen Erish rip forth with this massive, this expensive energy. And you see these two weasels hiss as their skin similarly hisses.
Wait.
Next
I
up,
just wanted to pop in for Erish, just so you know, if you have entered the Spirit Guardians for your own protection, you probably need to be one deeper in order for that to actually help. That is all. You don't have to, but just like if you are, then they'll have to get hit by it in order to attack you.
Gotcha.
Melee.
Good
I
to
assume
know.
was your intent.
It wasn't, but that is smart. I have not decided, but go ahead, Molly.
that's it. What
Okay.
what anything else you like to do? Bonus action?
I'll use a little bit more of my move it and back up one more, just to be a
Heck
little
yeah.
bit more in here. There we go.
I'm
Not
already
by
Feel
here.
real
me.
spiritually guarded.
I am so guarded in these spirits.
And we will send a legendary action here. We will send a lair action here. A ghost, a swarm of ghostly demons fills a 20-foot radius sphere at a point I choose within 120 feet. The swarm of ghosts spreads around the corner. The swarm is lightly obscured. A creature in the swarm, when it appears or ends its turn in the swarm, must make a dexterity save or take a number of necrotic damage. That's a big amount of fucking damage. All right, let's do it. Let's see what 20 feet looks like.
That's a lot of feet.
20 foot. Oh, okay.
I've only got the 2.
Yeah, I've only
Feeling
got 2 to
adequate.
spare for this too.
20
It
foot
needs,
radius, right?
I said radius.
Scar.
I don't know. I'm asking.
Yeah.
That was funny, and no one else heard it.
Thank you.
Oh, I
That was-
did.
I
I
did
commented
hear you.
on it. I literally said I also have only 2
20-foot
feet for
radius
this.
sphere, yep. So it's 40.
Oh.
Yeah, and the these
Be out
emanations are
here.
15, so it's like one bigger on all sides.
We got those big feet.
All right, so
I do also. That is a real fact about me.
You have big feet.
Tall lady got big feet.
You know what they say when you have big feet?
Socks?
we will
Huge
drop.
You got big
We'll
socks.
drop this for the dex save here.
Oh shoot.
I believe
Oh,
you that you're
no.
tall, but I do have to say that it is really incongruent with my like mental image of you, Scarlet.
Really? I'm 5'10", so I'm not like the tallest, but I'm
You're
above
taller than
average.
me, like by a significant amount.
But Scarlet and I see eye to eye.
Wow.
I remember because when I met Scarlet, she was wearing a wireframe wolf skull over her face, and the wolf skull made her taller than me. So I need a dexterity save from Trev, Zinsha, and Celestrina.
Oh boysy.
21 for me.
Save.
13 or 12.
Fails.
13.
13 fails. All right, cool. So as all this happens, this swarm of death weasels and death rats starts whipping around you. Let's roll some effing damage, shall we?
Yippee!
What do you think? Are you feeling froggy?
Always, every single day of my life.
Every day I wake up
Alright.
and I'm like,
Go
oh.
Froggy! Go Froggy, go Froggy, go! Go Froggy, go Froggy, go!
Froggy! 17. 37. Ooh. That's spicy. All right. 39 necrotic damage.
Well, I'm out.
Uh-oh.
Celestrina loses consciousness.
And as you lose consciousness, the last thing you hear is, "Which kind of tactic is this?"
It won't let me put a negative number.
All right, but you are making death saving throws. You're cool. You're set. You did not die outright. So that is the lair action. Next up is Bayou, and
What would I need
Spirit
to make for
Guardians
my?
falls.
What is the value I need to make for my concentration check for caustic brew?
Oh,
With 37,
value
what would that be?
with 37 would be a 15, 18.
All right, let's see what we got. Hey, we save. Caustic brew is still on that weasel.
Heck yeah,
Yay.
we're gonna kill that weasel.
I
So
hope so.
AF.
you hear there's this swarm of chittering rats that seems to be appear right in front of you by you, and you think that going into it might be a really fucking bad thing.
They're what, like in the overlap of these two squares, like here? Where?
That
No, it's
second
the whole-
square is filled with death rats.
Oh, that's a death rat
This whole
square.
thing is like Spirit Guardians, but like twice as much.
Okay, I see now. All right, so
At
then I
least.
guess I'm gonna skirt around the outside of the death square.
I would literally.
Uh,
Celestrina cannot communicate with you that she would like to be healed because she's unconscious, but it is true.
I'm sure Bay
Wait.
gets the idea.
Why?
I just wasn't sure if she actually
I
wanted
should
to
make
be
the save
healed,
for the
so
guys.
Yeah, I just felt like, without consent, it's really hard. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cast Healing Word on Celestrina.
Woo!
Yeah. I'll cast it. No, I'm just gonna cast it as a first level spell. That's what we're gonna do.
Third?
Yeah. What? No, first one.
Okay.
Single. 6, 4, 9.
Yay!
9 for you.
And
I don't know how
Celestrina,
to
you
turn
come
off
back
the
to
death
life.
saves.
Oh wait, plus my
swarm is
spell
just-
casting ability modifier. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's
Hold
fine.
on. Then it's not that. It's 12.
I don't know how to turn off the death saves, just FYI. They're still here. They just live here now.
This is what we do now.
Make death saves.
oh my god.
On
That's
Wednesdays.
crazy
we
because I
make
don't think
death
that's
saves.
happened yet in this like campaign
Death
That you've
saves?
gone down.
that I've gone down. Yeah.
It's not clear to me how to do that. So it is what it is.
Yep. No worries. We'll figure it out later.
So that happens, and by you step forward, you breathe life into Celestrina, who comes back and sees this group of skinks fluttering over her. What would you like to do with your action? Remember dash if you want it.
Yeah, I can dash if I want to. I mean, I don't think I would leave my friends behind or anything.
No, please.
But my friends don't dash. Sorry, okay. I'm done. I will go ahead and cast. Have either of the other skanks, the ferret's been hit yet?
Yes, the one that's closest to you is very heavily damaged, and
Okay.
the one behind it is coated in acid.
Oh, good.
They're both
I
bloody.
will toll the dead on the one that's heavily damaged.
Great. Wisdom save.
DC 16.
Ooh, that is a natty 20,
Oh,
which is a 19. Anything else you'd like to do?
Nope, that's it.
All right, wicked. So by you, as this happens, all this goes out, the avatar of Tolgith will turn around and will put its first hit onto the caterpillars.
It takes 4 damage from my cloak of flies first.
Heck yeah.
I will be right back. Please continue.
As you wish.
and then it will just start swinging at caterpillars. Take them out one at a time. Why not? Have fun. Live life. Live, laugh, love, right?
Right.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna give all 3 caterpillars the squish.
Okay. They have like they have a low AC, but they do have some hit points.
Okie dokie. We have 2d8 plus 2d6 plus 6.
There's a chance.
So
you're saying there's a chance.
2d8 is 8. 2d6. 3, 6. So that's 14. And then the first one is 20.
Okay, it's still alive, or like the swarm is still alive, but one of them got squished, obviously.
1 squish. Second squish is a 5 plus 5, 10 plus 4, 14 is 20.
Oh, by the way, are you removing a D4s from all of this unit's attacks?
I'm not.
I forgot about that last turn when it was attacking me, and I was like, shoot, that was a mistake. But I think you were hitting me with like 26s, so I don't think it matters.
Yes, this set of attacks was a 20. It was a 29, a 25, and a 23.
Yeah. Okay. So how much damage was the second attack?
Second attack. I forgot, so I'm gonna it was 20. I remember I rolled the same thing twice.
It's definitely dead with 3 stomps and 3 caterpillars, or 2 stomps, but I think 3 stomps is also good because it's 3 of them. But you could
all right,
just
and
do
then
2.
on the third stomp, we will get a 12, 18. Yeah, that'll also crush the last one.
My fuzzy caterpillars, they were still poisoned. They never saved.
They could not withstand the 2 stomps this time.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 stomps this time. 1, 2.
Thanks, honey. You got me today.
So you will only take swarm damage when it is dropped on you, or if you end your turn in it. Heads up. And so that will be, and then it is going to. It's going to quick escape into the center of the swarm of the rats here.
Moving away from me is difficult terrain, just so you know.
It is teleporting.
Okay.
It falls apart into pieces and it reappears in the center of this mass of rats.
Gotcha. These rats are massive.
It's fucking massive, mate. It's fucking massive. The jungle is fucking massive. The weasels are going to move away.
So the one that's covered in acid, on the start of its turn, it takes 4d4.
Woo!
It gets
All
dealt
right,
another
if you roll
11
max damage. It dies.
Well, I didn't. I rolled an 11 total, so it's probably still alive. Good. I mean, it's 2 max.
That's very good. It is very nearly dead.
But unless it gets away with acid, it will still take more acid. Hooray!
All right, so we're gonna move 25 feet up, each of them. Oh, I guess it's not this one's turn yet. Oh wait, it is not that one's turn. It's this one's turn. All right, so we're gonna move up 20 feet here, and then we're gonna surge at Erish, making
Does it also take swarm damage, or is it friendly to the thing? Okay. No. I thought I'd ask.
It's a good thing to ask. You're not prone or anything, so this is straight.
I would prefer if it be gay, actually.
It's gonna attack you, gay. Oh, girl, you're not pulling that off.
Savage.
So that'll be a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, so that'll be 5 damage. Ooh, slashing.
Hit me harder, Weasel.
And you gained the grappled and restrained condition.
The grappled and restrained condition?
Yep. This is something that the kobold press creatures all do.
I mean, hey, it's Friday night, you know.
They grapple restrain. That's what they do.
So they lock you down permanently.
Well, no, but
No, but I know. Yeah. I'm held
Um,
and I'm not moving.
well, and let's see if we can make it worse, right?
Yeah. I'm ready.
Make a strength save.
Ooh. Let's see. You got it.
You're pretty
You know,
strong.
I'm pretty strong.
Oh no, this does not bring me joy. It's the mouth sounds you're
That's a
making.
natural 1 plus 3,
Do
so
you
only
have-
4.
Do you have your heroic inspiration? Who has their heroic inspirations for the day?
I've never been given a heroic inspiration.
I don't think
in my
I've ever
life.
been given a heroic inspiration. This is the first
Nobody
time
has
I've
a
heard.
musician feat.
No.
If you'll let me retroactively use
Wait,
luck, I can
wait,
luck too.
Molly. Hold on a second. Is this an attack? I need to start using this. Was this a melee attack?
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Can I do this thing? Oh boy.
I don't know. Tell me.
It's my fencer ability. I have my longsword. I should be able to
Oh,
parry this with a
fencer!
reaction.
Be a
Yes,
They're
fencer!
so good.
So it gives me +2 to AC, which should have made me a 21. So this wouldn't have hit.
Great.
Wow.
So none of this happens.
Okay.
None of this happened.
I forgot about my
Yay,
fencer ability.
There
are a lot of them.
automata from the plane of order erupt from the weave and stand Erish back up, apply just the right amount of medicinal salve to her wounds, and place the weasel 5 feet backwards.
Erish, I feel like you contain multitudes. Like we don't get to see
No.
like little snits of Erish
We
lore
don't.
very often.
Maybe in the future we will.
Ooh.
Erish is a very complex woman, so you know.
So you're not prone. You're
not
not
prone.
anything. Celestrina, you come back to life. You see the skinks flitting over you. You feel the disconnection from the caterpillars. That your spell has fallen around you. What would you like to do?
Oh, I'm angry.
Angie.
Yeah, but I don't have much more to do, you know what I mean? So I could maybe have done this sooner, but also it's been 2 rounds, so I'm not quite sure, but I do have another cool thing up my sleeve here that I was given for this adventure.
Whip it out.
So yeah, you know what? I think it's time. Celestrina is going to stand up using half her movement, and she is going to use her scroll of summon Fae.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. I'm assuming you can't like teleport into the circle over there. So even if I get the teleporty one, where is it?
They're all
Well, anyway.
one.
Oh, they're all teleporty.
Yeah.
So basically, Celestrina like looks down, like clearly like reluctant to use this resource she was given by the Fae court when she visited them during the preparation week many sessions ago. And she knows it's time, so she reaches out and reads it off the scroll and casts summon Fae.
Uh-oh.
And a Fae spirit arrives, and what it looks like is like it's from Koshid's court. So, it kind of is just like changing from creature to creature every time you look at it again. And it's just various. It's not her blue oil slick situation because it's from someone else, but it is always changing.
Are we fuming, mirthful, or Trixie?
What a
let's
question.
see.
I'm always asking that, like of all my friends.
Charmed by you and the spirit for 1 minute or until the target takes any damage.
How are we
Magical
feeling today?
darkness.
Mirthful or Trixie?
I think we're fuming.
All right.
I think the other ones seem pretty useless. So let's get fuming.
The two genders, mirthful or Trixie.
All right. There's a fuming spirit on the battlefield. Where do you want it?
In between me and the boss.
You got it. You got it, boss.
Yeah. The boss is still marked by me, which is cool. Celestrina will leave this zone and go over here, or I guess we can leave directly. Maybe we want to be over here or something, and maybe ready to fight these idiots, if you will. This is the damaged one, right?
They're both heavily damaged. Yeah.
Okay.
This one is about to die.
this one might die from my cloak of flies alone. So it's 20 to
Maybe.
here, and then or it might be one off because you said it needed to be max, so 15 and 16. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I don't really see a reason to yeah. So I'm going to, I think, how am I? I'm at 12. I think that I'm going to use my bonus action to drink the last healing potion in my equipment, in my inventory.
Cool.
The last greater healing potion, which you said is 44 or something.
4d4 plus 4. Yep.
Great. So I will do that, but that doesn't have to happen now. Meanwhile, the spirit, which was just an eagle but is now an alligator, steps forward to attack a part of this construct, which is an animal, which happens to be an animal that is the prey of the animal that this one is at this moment, which is why it has advantage in this lore.
Wicked.
In this lore, we give advantage for
20.
those reasons.
Hits.
Okay, so the Face Spirit stat block deals 2d6 plus 3 plus my spell modifier, I think. So now I need d6s for damage, which I didn't expect to happen today.
2d6 plus 3 plus spell
plus the level. Got it. So that's 14 damage.
Heck yeah. So that this surging forward alligator is quickly shifted into a bear and steps forward and snaps its jaws around a small fox-like creature within the mass of swirling swamp beasts.
Yeah, and then it's gonna face step away to be next to the mongoose over the furthest one.
All right. The furthest weasel.
And it'll have its fuming bonus there, and Josephine can come over here and, she can harry this guy next to me, just in case, as a treat.
Damn, dog, what did you get for Christmas? Oh, I got my fuming bonus. How about you? Next up here is Zinsha.
All right. I still have Zephyr Strike. I double checked. It does not end when I use the attack. It lasts for up to a minute, which it has not been.
Are you sure it doesn't end? I'm pretty sure it does.
I am sure. I read it.
Once before the spell ends, you can give yourself advantage on one weapon attack on your turn. That attack deals an extra 1d8 force damage. Whether you hit or miss, your walking speed increases by 30 feet. So I guess it doesn't end, but I don't know what it does.
Right, it just doesn't do
prevents
anything.
Opportunity attacks.
Yes, that's accurate.
That's awesome.
Very useful for the free runner. Very good, very useful.
Very demure, very mindful.
Really well on this potion.
It's giving tactics. It's giving strategy. Okay. I'm gonna run 20 feet away.
Yep.
I'm going to drop concentration on Zephyr Strike and start concentrating on Hunter's Mark on this avatar of Kranoosh or whatever. Tolgith. I'm going to levy my sword and charge in and try to skewer.
Skewer, I hardly knew her.
I hardly know her. Yes, okay. All right.
We are in we're in rare form tonight, gang.
Okay.
I love it, honestly.
Does anything give me advantage here? Any Josephines? Any owl?
Not
turtles?
this turn. Next turn.
Okay. We'll make attack numero uno. 15 plus 9 is 24.
Hits.
All right. That's 2d6 plus 1d6 for momentum plus 1d6 for Hunter's Mark, but not the necrotic damage, which it's immune to. Okay. 15 plus 2 is 17 plus...
Sorry, could you give me the number again?
24 to hit.
The damage.
Are you asking about the damage dice? I'm still calculating it.
Okay.
It's 23.
23, and that's without that's less the necrotic.
Yeah.
Still 46 plus like 5.
And then the Spirit Guardians down there, I was wondering, let me I'm wondering how bad of an idea it is to try to kick them. It's just unarmed strike. Sorry, I'm in 5e tools.
Yeah, you
It
can
is an
push.
unarmed strike to make a
saving throw. Either push 5 feet away or cause it to have the prone condition. 5 feet's all I need, right? And it can't be no more than one size larger. Is it large?
It is a large size
huge.
creature.
Oh, it's large.
And but that's fine. That works. If
Yeah.
okay. So I guess I'll take a little.
It is not holding a Spirit Guardians type spell. There's a swarm that it moved itself into the center of.
Yes, but Penny is
No,
saying
Penny's
that if she
suggesting
pushes
pushing. Yeah.
I'm gonna
into
try
a
to
spirit
kick it
guardian.
into Bay's.
Understood. Thank you.
Yeah, that makes
Do it.
sense, right? Is that
Yeah, it
silly?
does.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that's sweet.
Give me a DC 16 strength save or dex
Okay.
save.
11. Oh, dex save is a 22.
Ah, scheisse. Okay. Well, I go to kick it in the chest and simply sidesteps it.
I guess
Yep.
it makes sense. Well, no, it doesn't sidestep it. You go to kick it in the chest, and then you do, and one random animal gets pushed out the back, and then another one takes its place. That's why it's so good at dex.
That's cool.
Well,
Nasty.
that's bonus action and action. All right. Yeah. No, we're chilling.
I think if you stay in here, you'll
You're-
take 1,000,000 damage, though.
If you stay in
Oh.
there, you will have to make another con save.
Well, I've already moved 45 feet, so we're making a con save. How's a 14?
It's a con save now?
It was dex. It's dex.
Okay.
Is dex? How's a 17?
A 17 fails.
Whoa,
Yikes.
whoa. 17 fails. I don't like hearing that
Yikes.
from my GM. What happens to me?
I
probably
roll
die.
a big handful of damage, and yeah,
Oof.
probably you die.
Oofta.
Okay, 18, 16, that's 34, plus 45 damage.
Of what type of damage?
Necrotic.
Uh,
As the skinks.
Okay, well, I'll react to take 6 fewer of the damages. Jeez, I thought this was...
You knew, your character would have known this would happen. Does this change what you would have done on your turn?
I think I wouldn't have gone for the kick. I probably would have just run back away.
Okay. So
well, maybe.
you
Hold
can do
on.
that.
So I was here. Okay, so I don't know how to. So I started here. That's 20 feet. I have 50 feet of movement, and I think I wasted a bunch of movement like shifting around to get the good kick. So then I guess I would have just run back and taken an opportunity attack.
Okay.
Maybe even a little farther because I get 50 feet. Okay,
So
can you give me an opportunity attack instead?
yeah.
Zinsha knew about the scary ouchie.
Zinsha would have known.
I thought that was a Spirit Guardians.
Oopsie. That is an
As
Inky
to-
Spirit Guardians that's twice as strong and much bigger.
Oh, can I
Not
also,
anything.
if I'm not doing the shove thing, can I also use my second attack to like attack?
Yes.
But you should stay you should keep the roll. Oh, I guess, but Molly rolled. Whatever, it
Yeah,
doesn't
that
matter.
was a save. Okay, nat 1, doesn't matter. All right.
Uh,
Yay.
Would you roll in the opportunity attack?
The attack of opportunity.
minus a
Here we
D4.
go. Is a
Minus-
7 plus 11 minus D4 that was cocked.
It misses.
You have
7
a
plus
16
11
AC.
is 16. I have
7 plus
16
11
AC.
is 18.
It's 18.
7 plus 11
But-
is 18. Would you? Okay.
Minus 2 is 16.
So
Does
it
that
still
hit?
hits.
It hits.
Cool.
What
So
did I
you will
think? Why
take-
I thought 7 plus 11 was 16. Damn. What happened to me?
No, I get it, because it's like 7 plus 9. You know, the rules get blended in your head. As a person, look, I will use my math authority, if you will, to say that that's valid. You're valid, and you can't say anything because you don't have authority like I do.
I think
Here's
a
a
real
question.
mathologist would never try to do math. How
And
much
have
da-
I done math?
What's the-
13 plus, so it'll be 13 plus 6, 19 piercing.
Can I use my reaction on my turn?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll take 6 less and take 13 and go to 50.
Okay, plus 9 necrotic.
I'll go to 41.
Great. Next up here is so as Zinsha stumbles backwards, weighing her options at trying to drive this creature into her friend's AoE, but is unable to make the math work, slashing out a second time. As the blade bounces off the creature reaches out, grabs, and these poisonous quills sink deep through the leather armor, and you start to see cracks forming across the crystalline skin of Zinsha. Next up here is my other albino death weasel, who, you know what? What's the intelligence on this thing? -3. It's gonna run directly at Erish. I need your damage, Scarlet.
Oh, I'm also making an opportunity attack on behalf of the Face Spirit. Then they get 12.
12 will miss. With their advantage, they got 12.
Oh, right, fuming. It's fuming. It's 13.
Okay, 13 hits. It was 14, Scarlet.
Yeah.
So
Did he clip the
before-
corner? I missed it.
Yeah, took the corner.
Okay.
So before your Fae gets a chance to swing out at it, it dissolves itself accidentally, like mind absolutely furious, trying to kill and trap Erish in this.
Did it
effect.
use all of its movement for that, Molly? Because when it moves through the Spirit Guardians, its movement is halved.
It's dead.
Oh, good. Never mind.
Its movement has been reduced to 0.
Excellent. Its
so-
movement has been
Effectively
fully.
zero.
This
Good.
makes the Face Spirit really angry, and it is. You could even say it's fuming.
Damn. Erish, you're up.
Okay. Erish isn't messing around anymore. You see anger in her eyes at being damaged. She is looking around at her compatriots and looking at this Tolgith avatar and rushes into the fray. She's going to move here, and then here. Is there going to be an opportunity attack or no?
Yeah, the weasel's gonna do its best.
Hey, Weasel's gonna wheeze. What can you do?
Weasel his way right in there.
17 to hit.
That does not hit.
Oh wait, you're.
Nice.
Oh yeah, but we undid everything, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, because that was I made sure I wasn't messing around anymore, Molly.
They're not messing around.
I'm not messing around anymore. We're gonna go ahead and is this Tolgith? Is this like a, like a may say bloodied, perhaps?
Not yet.
Okay, well then we're gonna go in for a shock baton first hit.
Well, okay, wait.
Okay.
I want to. If you want to be not messing around, let me talk to you for a second, because if you have Fencer and you hit with a longsword, you can move the enemy 5 feet. You could move them into Spirit Guardians.
Actually, that's what I was going to do. So let me hit it with the longsword. That's I literally that's why I moved into position. So
Oh,
yes,
nice.
I'm gonna hit with the longsword. So we're gonna do that. There we go. That's
As
gonna
Eric
be
said.
The timeline guardians and mechanists are working overtime trying to keep
Yeah.
the laws of the universe
Arsene
going
is
here.
with me today. That's gonna be a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Awesome.
Oof, ouchie.
It doesn't have high AC.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I figured
no.
because it's a
It's scary to
construct.
hit.
It's kind of big and bulky. It's easy to hit, right? That's the whole point.
They're just little guys.
So we're
Just a
going
little
to
guy.
remind me how you would like me to do this, Molly. Either way, I'm going to thrust with my fencer ability because I hit to pull it 5 feet back with me. So we're gonna go there, and then it's entered the Spirit Guardians, and I also get to smack it with the longsword. So I'm gonna do that real quick.
Give me damage for Spirit Guardians. It's gonna be
13 damage.
halved because it's a 18.
13 halved.
You can use your shock baton for the other attack if you want.
Yep. That's gonna be wow, that was a really low roll on that. That's only 4 damage on the longsword.
Oh, I see what
Tough
you mean.
break.
Longsword damage.
Tough
And you
break.
did bloodletting bite for that?
I did not do bloodletting bite because it did
Oh.
not seem bloodied, so I wasn't
Oh, okay,
going
got it.
to worry about it. But
It is now bloodied.
excellent. We're gonna then switch to the shock baton and go in for a bloodletting bite.
Sorry, you should let me flavor this for your class. So as you see, you typically see this swirling miasma as the spirit starts to separate from the body. Something you saw just recently as Celestrina was being pulled away into the ethereal beyond. But as you're here, you see Tolgith being wrenched back into its prison by the thrust of your sword, and as you do so, you feel the necrotic energy being pulled from out within you, and you remember that this creature is totally immune to necrotic damage, and you should pick a different cantrip.
Oh yeah, bloodletting bite is.
Oh,
necrotic
it
damage.
is necrotic damage. You're right. You're so right. That's why I didn't do
Still
the
cool.
necrotic
Still a
damage.
very cool thing, though.
It is still very cool. Unfortunate. Well, no. You know what? We're just gonna go and do the shock baton because I can do more damage base with that than Hateful Haunting will do. So, we're just gonna smack it with the shock baton.
Right
Or-
upside the head.
Yeah, we're just gonna smack it with the shock baton. We're not even gonna. We're not gonna
No,
overdo
so
it.
you keep
We're just
going,
gonna do it.
do your thing.
Do it.
That's gonna be
Do it underdo it.
17 to hit.
Overdo it.
17 to
I'd say.
hit will hit.
All right,
For those
cool.
of you playing along at home, 13 misses, 17 hits. Is that a bit from the season?
I don't know. I
What?
thought you were making like an Age of Consent joke. I was just gonna.
Oh no. That's dark.
Do I
So
look like I'm in a metal band?
so that's gonna be 14 damage,
Don't know what a
shocking
concussion is.
damage, moving that along.
Yeah, 14 lightning damage,
14
and now they
lightning
can't
damage.
opportunity attack you.
And then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to go 5, 10, and just back up 15 to use the rest of my movement.
Who's got 2 thumbs and totally forgot to do her legendary actions this turn?
It's
Molly!
Hey, I've been forgetting stuff all day. I
I
have
will
too many
say,
things.
Arish,
am-
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I was gonna say Eris kind of does this in a flurry and then skitters, like slides back on her heels to get out of this swarm as she kind of takes position, holding the longsword in one hand and this shock baton in the other. Because I'm assuming that makes sense to me because you can one hand a longsword and the shock baton I'm assuming is no bigger than a dagger, right? It is.
Yeah.
It is essentially a
I think of it
finesse
as a
weapon.
club.
Okay, cool, perfect.
It is not finesse, but it is light.
Okay, perfect. Well, that's all I need for the offhand attacks.
It's a shocky club.
It's a shocky club.
So
Oh, I went there after I went to Coachella. Okay,
that seems like
Can
a
we
Burning
put
Man
Coachella
type
away?
thing.
I don't know.
Retire the
It's-
bid.
Echolalia.
I know I
Has
will
its
never have enough
upsides and
money
its
to go to
downsides.
Coachella, so like I don't even want to think about it.
Please, I'm begging you, retire the bid.
Retire the bit. Put it to bed.
All right, we're gonna make Bayou stumble.
Uh-oh.
I need a dexterity saving throw from Bayou
Oh, I see.
as a skink runs under your foot.
Oh, not the
That's
skink.
Just
gonna
a
be a
little guy.
1,
Just
which I
a
get to
little
reroll.
guy.
Oh yeah, being a halfling, everybody.
16 on the die. What did you
That'll
say,
be
Dex? Oh, good. Okay.
Yep. All right. Next up is Bayou.
Excellent. Okay. So, can I do like a little square maneuver to leave because Tolga's right at the corner of the
You
perimeter
just
of
have to
the
go down enough.
spell?
You don't even have to do anything fancy.
Well, I want to do, but that works, yeah?
You can move on and off
Let me
and
do, like,
clap them
bow,
again with the damage. Yes.
Bow, 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 bow.
Slap those
That's what I'm gonna
Tolgith
do.
cheeks.
Well, you can't move it. You can do it once per turn. You can hit it once per turn for damage.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go down and then to the left, and up.
Okay, you're gonna leave the weasel up. You're not gonna force the weasel to do it.
Correct.
That's fine. The weasel will die when it starts its turn next to me. Hopefully, not go to 1 HP.
Okay, wisdom save is a 23. Give me half damage.
All right, that's gonna be 16, 8 damage.
8 damage. All right, wicked. This facet of Tolgith's rage has been flitting in and out. It's the bindings and the swamp creatures holding it together seem to be coming looser and looser apart at the seams. What would you like to do for your action? Bonus action.
I am going to use my action to cast Guardian of Faith here.
Guardian of Faith. That's a 4th level spell, right? That's like
Yep.
a big scary one.
It's
Is
a
that
big boy
concentration?
spell. It is not.
That's awesome.
Guardian
is.
of Faith is one of those really broken spells that nobody uses for some reason.
I'm using it. Me.
You're using it.
Yeah.
Okay, so for everybody who doesn't know at home, and for Molly who doesn't know also at home, a large spectral guardian appears and hovers for the duration in an unoccupied space that you can see within range. The guardian
hours is the
occupies that
duration,
space
by the way.
and is invulnerable. It appears in a form appropriate for your pantheon. Any enemy that moves to a space within 10 feet of the guardian for the first time on a turn starts its turn there, makes a dexterity saving throw, taking 20 radiant damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful one. The guardian vanish when it has dealt 60 total damage.
Nice.
Where would you like to place that?
I want to place it here.
So, okay, so
it's vulnerable, so it doesn't matter if it's inside the zone. That's awesome.
Correct. Thank you.
Keep
I
going
thought
into the
so.
center. Like if you wanna keep running away to your silly little cloud.
Yeah, I'm hoping. So now he should be able to either have to be in the proximity of that or in the proximity of my thing.
Within 10 feet of the guardian. So it's like
okay, it has to be in an unoccupied space, so it will be like that. It'll be in both. And the guardian takes up the middle 4 squares.
Oh, because he's a big boy?
He's a large.
I think large is just 1.
These weasels are large. But okay, we can shrink her down.
I don't know. It wouldn't be shrunk, it would be bigger.
Large is
It's
4.
a 10-foot radius. Okay.
Right?
If it's in the middle, then it should be 1 bigger still.
You are accurate. Thank you, math.
My apologies for doing math.
No. I am not.
How dare you?
No, I'm apologizing to Penny. I'm apologizing to Penny because Penny said I think a real mythologist wouldn't do math.
So it'll be 25 by 25 will be the size.
Is this bigger than a large creature? This is.
It is
It's
large.
a 10-foot radius over a large creature.
Okay. Interesting.
So it's like it is a 25 by 25-ish. Wait, is it 30 by 30?
25 by 25.
Because it's the you can measure from the center of the 4?
Well, but if you're going by the book, like if it's a 5 foot is 1, it's exponential. So it just goes to 4 squares, then it's out to 15, then to 20. If you're doing it on the 5 by 5.
It's exponential?
What?
Like when you're looking at like the if you look in the book when you're looking at measurements for like medium to large, it goes a 5 by 5, right? A 5 foot cube. And then it goes out to 4 cubes, and then
right,
yeah.
So the dot right here is where the mob is, right? And then it hits everything that's around it.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking of it. Okay, ignore me.
Okay. Cool. All right. Bayou. So you drop this. What does it look like?
Again, I think it's a similar thing. Like if you look directly at it, the space that it is occupying is sort of like blurry and you can't really focus on it. But if you see it out of your peripheral vision, it's like this glinting, like joyful, sort of light.
Yay.
Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Everybody nobody's dead. Everybody's okay. Everybody okay?
Everybody good?
Everybody
Look,
okay?
in the
That's all.
Clerb Wheel fam,
I'm good.
We're making it work.
I need everyone on the battlefield to make a Constitution saving throw as the smell of rotting swamp mass fills the air once again.
How's a 12?
You gain the poison condition until initiative 20 until after Bayou's next turn.
I'm
How's
gonna
a 19?
use.
19 passes.
Can I use a
Yay.
luck point, Molly, to roll
Yeah.
with advantage? I'm gonna do that.
I will be
Oh,
gaining
good.
the poison condition. I failed.
That's excellent because I rolled a 1 and a 17. So
Heck yeah.
Nice.
Well, you
Good
would have
news.
gotten to re-roll the one anyways.
That's true. That's true.
So, so we have a couple people gain the poison condition as part of the lair action. Now it is Tolgith, the avatar of the rage of Tolgith's turn. It is going to take
I have a
20
couple- or
radiant
one-
damage.
There's a save for that. I think they take half.
Yeah, they do a I don't remember
They just
now.
take
Hold on.
10.
3.
It's a deck save.
It's a deck
All right,
save.
so it rolled a 20. So I'm gonna
Deck
guess
saves.
I will mark it as having taken 50. Or,
Huh?
or I will mark it as having taken 10.
Yes.
All right, so it saves. It starts its turn there. Let me adjust Bayou's thingy to get it in the correct area. We're there, okay. And it is going to try to crush Bayou, who it sees as the Admursian aggressor.
Air.
We're gonna go for 2 soul bites on you, 2 melee attacks.
Minus D4s.
Minus D4s. Okay, plastic dice is a 9 plus 11 is 20, minus 4 is 16. Does a 16 hit?
16, I believe, is my AC. Is it meet it?
Yeah.
Me to beat it. Yep.
Yeah.
And then the other one will miss. So you will take 22 total damage.
Ooh, okay.
And so you have a DC 11 concentration check to make.
Okay. DC 11. Oh, for yeah.
Spirit Guardians.
Yep, I'm good.
Nice.
You're good. All right, cool. So as
And you
this
said I take,
avatar
sorry,
steps
24
Go ahead.
damage? What did you say?
15 plus 7, 22.
22. Okay, thank you.
As this avatar steps forward and it sees the light of Admors in you, you see the rage pouring out of it. It doesn't seem to be able to communicate with you totally just yet, but there's this deep set rage, and it tears into your flesh. It's poisonous quills digging into your skin. Next up is our albino death weasel, who is somehow still alive. How much damage are we taking?
4 damage.
Wouldn't also
All right,
the
we have
Tolgith at the end of its turn have to do another roll for
Oh
the
yeah, he
Spirit
takes
Guardians?
Spirit Guardian
Oh,
damage.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Correct.
I'll bonus action get myself the fuck out of there. And we'll put myself by Zincha.
Oh.
By me?
I'll use my bonus action teleport to get the heck out.
That's a
Next
big
up
teleport.
is the weasel. The weasel has 2 hit points remaining.
Ah.
And I guess we'll provoke an attack. I guess it's just gonna attack you, Celestrina. I think that's the only thing it would do.
It has disadvantage, but not minus a D4.
Good it was at disadvantage because that was a crit. And that is a 9, 14 will miss. It's the end of the Death Weasel's turn. Celestrina, Tetoka, or as they say in sign language.
Okay. Let's do this. So, how far away is this guy? 65 feet. Okay. Yeah, do I care? How much do I care about provoking this weasel? I'm not even concentrating anymore, so I probably don't care that much. The Fae can do stuff with that. We can go through here, right? Safely. It's just end your turn or when it arrives.
When it arrives or end your turn. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Well, in that case, I'm gonna just kind of go towards this thing. I don't want Zinsha to be alone with it. That's no good. I can't go very far, but that's all right.
All right. At disadvantage,
and-
right?
Yes. Yeah. Make attack with disadvantage.
Still 14. Nothing happens.
Very nice. Josephine cannot make it either, so she's over here. And then I'm going to, let's see. Okay, it's the math is weird here. But I'm just gonna do baffle. I'm gonna cast the baffle cantrip, which is UAH. Or no, it's thaumaturge for sure.
Thaumaturge.
What does it do? Tell us.
So the baffle cantrip, it has a long range, which is why I have it. So I have something for when I'm not able to close, you know. It's a 60-foot range. They make an int saving throw.
Int. So we have a 24.
It's 24. Oh, okay. Well,
No.
they survive.
A 14 plus a 24. Plus a 10 for 24.
No, yeah, that's still. I'm very surprised that it has plus 10 to int saves because it's like a bunch of little guys. I did not expect that at all.
Bound together by the intelligence of a god.
Yeah, great. Okay.
The anger of a god.
Anyway, I'm done. The Fae is gonna go, and and I learned this. I learned not Celstrina. She got this from the Fae, but Adora learned the Fae thing from Penny playing Taz in Daggerlands. And it's just gonna run up and attack the mongoose here.
Okay.
With advantage. Try and get those final 2 hit points. And a natural 20 is gonna take it out.
Oh yeah. 100%. This face steps forward as it's what form does it take?
This turn it's a falcon because somebody in chat said rock me Amadeus. So it's a falcon.
So this falcon swoops down and its sharp beak dives straight through the center of this weasel, and the magic binding it to this plane dissipates.
I can't do math, but the Fae spirit continues walking towards the construct, and then at the end uses its teleport to get as close as it can.
Cool.
I'm done.
All right. At the end of your turn, there will be a legendary action. I'm going to do a stumble on, or I'll do a stumble on Zinsha. Dexterity saving throw.
Dex save.
Can you
How's
move
a 10?
Or
Am I prone?
A 10 you will be prone.
On the floor, poisoned. We've been here before.
Somebody go get her.
Somebody come get her. She's on the floor like a Zinsha. What would you like to do?
Oh, is it my turn now? Now that I'm prone?
Now that you're
now
prone.
that I'm prone.
You're
do I have
welcome.
any? Let's see. I mean, I'll stand up. Seems
Are you
to go
still
with it.
poisoned?
Yeah, I'm still poisoned. I'll stand up.
So I wanted you to know. Oh, it's a save. Grapple is a save.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that my thing gives a -D4 to ability checks, which almost never comes up, but it doesn't come up still because grappling's a save. So please continue.
It also would be a bad idea because, as we learned, this is a little metagamey, but Molly rolled something and said, 14. And then I said, or a dex save. And she said, oh, a 25 or something like that. So
yeah, it's good at dex saves.
I think we're not going to try for the saving throws anymore. No dex saves.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
I have the same odds to roll in that one as anybody else.
Let's say 1 is the number on a dice.
You have significantly worse odds to roll a nat 1 because you're the GM, so you're cursed to fail. I'm going to make an attack roll with.
Hey, I know that's right.
With disadvantage, I guess. What else could I do? Let me think. The last time.
You could use the help action or something.
I'm just gonna go for it. I got like +9.
I think you should just go for it.
That
yeah.
bad.
Yeah, whatever.
First roll is an 18
go for it,
for 27. Second roll's also an 18. I rolled 18 twice.
There you go. Sometimes you hit disadvantage.
27. So that's 2d6 plus Hunter's Mark. It's immune to necrotic. Oh, Hunter's Mark. Did I need to make a concentration? What was the DC on that?
How much
I don't
damage did
remember.
You're
you take?
muted, Trev.
Is it all
No, you
one
just-
big chunk of damage? It was like 14. It was like 22.
Yeah, so it'd be a DC 11.
I just want to put on the record, I
I
don't think that
fail.
Hunter's Mark is
Okay.
concentration. That's what I was trying to say.
That what?
I don't like that Hunter's Mark is concentration.
Oh, nobody
Nobody
does.
does.
'Cause it's bad.
I just
Oh,
wanna-
you're
I
on
just-
board with this now.
I've always been on board with this.
I used
Ow.
one. I used one Hunter's Mark here. I used one Hunter's Mark in the last one. I get 3 per long rest. I'm like 99%. I have a third one banked,
Yeah, you have a third one.
so I'm gonna use it.
Molly,
I think because it was just Wednesday. I don't think I used 2 in that fight.
No.
No, I didn't. No, for sure.
What
'cause
would
I
you like
used
to do?
I'm just recasting the Hunter's Mark with my bonus action. But now I'm out. No more. So I'm gonna roll my hit. I've rolled 665. That's crazy. 17 plus 6 is 23 damage.
Yep.
Insanely good. And then I'll just take my second attack, also with disadvantage. First roll is a 9. Does a 18 hit?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll roll again. I got a 7. Does a 16 hit?
It
Yes.
does.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're honing in. We're honing
For those
in.
of you playing at home, a 16 hits.
That was worse. 10 plus 6 is 16
I'm feeling pretty
damage.
confident its AC is 16.
Because 17 didn't hit, yeah.
I think it might be 15.
16 damage, please and thank you.
16 damage, and you're welcome. As you kind of steady yourself and you brandish this blade again, the necrotic energy glinting off of the runes and reflecting back at you, you slash out at this creature twice, and there are now large gaps in the magic binding it together. Its whole form seems to stutter as your large obsidian sword cleaver seems to be making very short work of it. Erish.
Wait,
Tetroka.
before we switch, can I ask a rules question really quick, Molly?
Go
That
ahead.
you guys made me think of while you were talking about Molly being destined to fail because she is the DM and statistical probability. If I use a luck point to gain advantage, and then because I am a halfling, I roll a 1 in the future. One of them is a crit fail. Do I get to re-roll that and crit fish?
Yes.
I should have done that. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yep. Erish, you're up.
Okay.
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 Let's go.
The forms of Kranush and Llewellyn seem to be preparing themselves for something.
Mm,
Uh-oh.
5, 10, 15,
Spaghettios.
20, 20.
Don't like
5,
that.
10, 15,
Not one bit.
20, 25, 30. All right. Erish is going to trying to. How is this Tolgith avatar looking?
It is barely still bound to this world. Whatever Llewellyn was doing to it seems to be phasing out.
All right, we're gonna Hail Mary it. We're gonna go ahead and try to hit it with a hateful haunting. Can I get a charisma saving throw, please?
Yes.
And I got a
you-
charisma.
We
Yo,
gotta
check
try-
me that Riz. Riz check.
Riz check.
Poor.
Cool. Does it?
9.
Okay, it takes 2d4, and it'll take 2d4 also then on its turn when it attempts to, if it fails an ability check or attack roll before the end of its next turn. So let me just roll that real quick. Boop, boop. That's 6. 6 points of psychic damage.
Nice.
All right.
Woo!
It is, however far it was from death, it seems halfway closer. At the end of your turn, it's going to. Are you going to do anything with your other action? You have you cast a cantrip. Are you going to make a ranged attack?
Here's a funny. Can I try to throw the shock baton at it?
You can.
It will be
no.
an attack with an improvised weapon. It won't you won't be able to do the shock baton thing, but you'll
Oh.
be able to. You can roll to do 1 plus strength modifier damage.
1 plus strength modifier damage. Okay, we're gonna do that because I'm gonna try. It's the ending. It's the last episode of the season. Let's
You
try.
gotta do something swag. You gotta do
But
something
you
Try
must.
it. We're gonna throw the shock
Simply
baton. I'll
must.
still get to roll the normal to hit, right? That is the shock baton, or okay.
Yeah. Well, you're rolling to hit with strength. Yeah.
I'm rolling to hit with strength.
Yeah, like
So
you would with your longsword.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And
You're
then I get the
throwing
plus
it.
one because it's my enspelled weapon, so I do still get all of those fun things.
You
Yeah,
do
you
get
do.
and spell things.
So that's gonna be
Oh,
a
and you could freaking can you fucking use your cleave thing on your smite thing on this to kill it?
because it's a thrown weapon. Oh, wait, no, no, I didn't use a leveled spell. Wait, but I did use a spell. I should have done no. I
This
used
is
a
an
cantrip.
emotional roller coaster.
I used a cantrip, so I can't use a spell this turn then, right? Because I would be using a
No,
spell.
no, cantrip you can't. You can
Cantrip
only
at
use
plus
one
spell is
weapon.
okay.
Yeah, cantrip plus spell's fine.
Okay, all right, cool. It's been a while since I've been a player. I've been a GM for so
Been a
long. I don't
while.
focus on these things as much outside of just letting people know if they can or can't. Anyway, fuck it. Sorry.
Okay.
I am all over the place. I want this thing gone. Yeah, we're gonna throw this thing. It's enspelled. Let's just see what happens. It's gonna be a 21 or 22 to hit with the thrown weapon.
Yeah?
All right. Cool. Now that that's out of the way, what is the base damage that I am doing? You said it would be
1 plus strength.
1 plus strength.
I guess plus 1 because it's a
Yes, because it's
plus
enspelled.
1 weapon.
So 1 plus strength would
That makes sense. If you use an enchanted weapon the wrong way, it still gives you a plus 1.
I mean, I
Yeah.
think as
I
it
like
is.
it for thematics. I like this Huck, so you actually don't have to spend a spell slot here. Tell me how you kill this.
Okay, cool. I think I will still thematically use my Eldritch armament to basically turn this into a shot, like essentially a shocking missile. Like I imbue it with necrotic energies to then ramp up the shocking magic that is essentially already imbued in it to kind of overdrive, I'll say, like, in a sense, overload it, so it is now like a shock grenade and huck it.
Yeah.
And
somewhere a wizard sheds a single tear as magic is misused.
hey, that's what I'm all about, misusing magic. And it's going to be hit by strength plus 2 because of my thing. That's going to be 5 regular damage, and then can you, because
No. That kills.
Oh, okay.
That's
It
what
just
I'm
kills,
saying.
so
How do you
that's
kill
why-
this?
So yeah, I just overload it and just Hail Mary, like throw this in and try to land center mass of this avatar, and just as the like energy kind of blows out and then implodes back into its chest as it like impacts.
The skinks were heavy, and so was her shield. She set down her shield. She hauled back, the sweat dripping from her brow, and the shock baton arced across the room, burying itself in the god, showing everyone that the god could explode if you threw a lightning baton at it. And
so that's what happens. Thank you, Erish.
Hey, we
Hey,
figured
you're
out how to
welcome.
kill a god.
We figured out how to kill a god. You just need 1 shock grenade to the chest.
Who knew? So simple.
As this happens, the forms of Cranouche and Llewellyn take shape on the rocks. And we will continue on with initiative after the break. We'll take 5 minutes here.
Woo!
I gotta use the restroom.
All right, we're back. So, stepping forward, Cranouche, finally the robe starting to fall away. you see this alchemical titan, this construct made out of 4 or 5 layers of clay and giant runes inscribed with the dust of 1,000 moonstones. Truly the peak of Hirja's alchemical manifestation hanging in front of you. Dangling around his neck, something Zinsha seems very drawn to, the final binding that holds Nilmananji in place. Llewellyn striding forward, his curly orange hair, his curly blonde hair falling down back around his shoulders, hanging back into its gray matted shape now that he has been so twisted by the vision. He steps forward, wrapping shadow magic around his knuckles. He cracks his knuckles twice. He tilts his head to the right. He tilts his head to the left. And a beam of energy shoots out for Celestrina. And that's where we will pick up in season 5 of the Concord Illuminati. So, first of all, thank you guys for like helping me make this happen. Thank you so much to my cast, to my partners who have been so supportive, to Jen Giggles, one of our editors and who was our editor all the way up until this season. Thank you all so much.
Thank you,
Thank you to the people
Jen.
who made Concord, and thank you to all the partners of the people who are here and willingly sacrificing their time with their partners who I'm sure would love to be around them. So with that being said, we probably won't be back until September-ish for season 5. Where Celestrina, Adora is your actual name. What are you plugging? Summer 2025.
For the summer, well, I am plugging Linktree/transrelocation PNW. Is like twice as relevant now as it was a week ago. Yay! If you are trying to find a place to go that is better, that is, less hostile to trans existence, you can go to this, and it will, like, even if you're not near the PNW and you don't want to go to the PNW, we can still do like a call and help you make a plan and get you in touch with the other groups that are working in other places. So this is a good place to start regardless. And if you are not in that position, then it's still worth checking out because trans people need your help.
Please.
I put the link in the chat. Well, in the Twitch chat, not the YouTube chat, but it's linkter.ee/transrelocationpnw.
Amazing. Thank you for your work on that, Adora. You're freaking trooper. Alphabetically, next is Penny.
I'd like to plug the concept of unmasking, whether you're unmasking your autism or unmasking an ICE agent so you can dox them later. Unmasking is great unless you're anti-mask for COVID reasons, in which case it's not great. Those are the one kind. That's the masking. That masking and masking tape are the two types of good masking.
What is masking tape good for?
Trans masking is
great. I learned such an interesting fact about duct tape the other day, guys.
Okay.
It's bad for
autism.
Is it duct?
No, here's the interesting thing. So originally, duct tape, you know how we think of it as like duct tape, DUCT, like for air ducts or whatever? That is not actually, originally it was duck, like quack quack duct tape, because it was made out of duck cotton, which before the invent of manufactured fabrics was like a treated cotton that was like the closest equivalent that they had to waterproofing at the time. And so it would like repel water like a duck, and they made tape out of it. And so it was literally duct tape. And then later, I think maybe like when, I don't remember, at some point in time, duct got adopted. Isn't that interesting?
Nice.
I think
right.
That's a fun little eggcorn.
I heard that it was duck because it was just like worked underwater, or like you could get it wet and it would still be functional later. Like that's why the military called it duct tape.
Well,
I
so like
didn't
the
know it was
original
duck cotton.
material that it was
Well,
made out of was
well, it's a
duck
it's a
cotton, which is like
well,
a
my
thing.
my fun
Yeah.
fact. That's an example of one of my favorite words. An eggcorn. An eggcorn is a type of
That's a good
malapropism
word.
where you misunderstand something, but it's still kind of plausible. It's called an eggcorn because it's like, oh, you thought it was an acorn, but it's an eggcorn, but that's like a baby tree, so it kind of makes sense that it'd be an egg.
Yeah,
Or if
that's
anyone ever
great.
thought Alzheimer's disease was old timers disease, like it
Mhm.
makes sense. It's an
Mhm.
eggcorn
And I think that duct tape is actually pretty bad for ducts,
because
is
it melts.
my
Yeah,
experience.
it's not heat
So,
resistant. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, masking tape very different.
Also bad
Um,
for ducts.
also bad for ducks. I'm
Don't
plugging
put ducks on
unmasking.
tape. Don't put tapes on ducks. Just don't
Unmask
do
your
that.
autism.
Yeah.
Unmask, you know, brown shirts. I don't know.
But you can tape a duck, like as in like
can
film
tape-
it. You can tape a duck. You know, that's
That's
okay.
Right.
fine.
You can.
That's
You
okay.
can. You can.
You don't need
Videotape
the
it.
duck's
Yeah.
consent. You are
Yeah.
allowed.
Although it's been a long time since anyone has used tape for film.
Yeah.
But the term videotape or taping is
Uh-huh.
still relevant.
That's
Us
true.
millennials still fighting to be relevant. Don't worry, Trev.
What's
We're
the
still
term
relevant.
for that? Like the floppy disk save icon. There's a really
Yeah,
There's
there's a
a
term
word for it.
for yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Anachronistic items. Yeah.
yeah like an artifact of
Yeah.
or like the microphone icon is always like a 50s like a
The big. Yeah.
lounge microphone or whatever, like a lounge singer Frank Sinatra
It's the
type
same
mic.
thing why like a save folder is shaped like a manila folder, even though people don't really use manila folders anymore, or in very
Yeah.
specific instances you use a
Skeuomorphic,
manila.
according to Avery.
Skeuomorph. It's a skeuomorphism. Yeah.
Yeah.
SKEU. It's all coming back to me.
Scarlett, what are you pitching?
I'm not pitching anything, I think, but I do want to recommend if you're a person that has fidget tendencies, there's a brand. I don't know anything about this company as like a company, but I use them a lot and I've been playing with this whole time. It's really nice. The brand is called Specs. The other fidget toy that I have that I would highly recommend, it's like little tiny rare earth magnets. And they're just the most satisfying thing ever. But this is like a stress ball, and it is the only stress ball that I have ever enjoyed playing with. It's great and fantastic. If you're a person that is seeking out good things to touch with your hands, I recommend these. Touch them.
Great words from Scarlett. If you're looking for things to touch with your hands, touch these.
Good things, specifically.
Trev, touch these stress balls from that company.
Plug
Trev,
your book this time, so we know what your book is called.
Oh, well, I wanted to plug something else, but I will plug my book shortly. It's called Another Kind by me and Kate May. It is a middle grade graphic novel about cryptids. So yeah, check that out. It's a fun found family story, and I really like it, but other people might not. I don't know. That remains to be seen. So check it out. Another Kind. Found at your local bookstore, or if they don't have it, you can always recommend it, and then they can order it. So
where can we find you on the internet, Trev?
you can find me at Trev Tells Tales on Blue Sky, and I have an X, Twitter, or whatever, but I don't use it, so you're not gonna find me actually there. Blue Sky is basically where I am. So yeah, you can find me there.
Adora, where do we find you on the internet?
Adora.blue.
Period. Scarlett, do you want to be found on the internet?
Not overly much.
Cool. Penny, where can we find you on the internet?
You can't.
Cool.
I have another plug.
Plug.
It's crucial that if you live in the US, call your senators and House representatives, like stat. Even if it's a weekend, even if you have to leave a message, we have a window to try to prevent a disaster, and there's like a real plausible chance we can prevent it if we get enough engagement. I will put a link in the chat. It is tinyurl.com/protecthrt. I think. Let me double check that. Yes, it is.
I also have another plug. It's getting to be the summertime. if you're able to and want to, go outside. Like, try to enjoy the time that you can away from the screen and do something. I don't know, if you're feeling up to it, find mutual aid in your area. Join a union if you're in a position to join a union. Join co-ops. Do stuff. Be active, and let's help each other and hold compassion for each other in these times.
Also, if it's getting to be hot out, okay? It's hot out. And if you have a dog, remember that if you go on a walk, they are not wearing shoes, even if you are wearing shoes. So if it's really hot, then the ground might be hot. So feel the ground before you let your dog out without
Asphalt.
shoes on.
Yeah,
Yep.
hot asphalt, not good for puppy paws.
Or there's, even like concrete, even sidewalks, lots of stuff gets hot.
Wow.
This is a very eclectic group of things that matter.
Yeah, no.
Let's plug sunscreen next. You don't want to get sunburned, and you don't want to get skin cancer.
Skink cancer.
Skink cancer.
Skink
get
cancer. Don't
cancer.
get skink cancer.
When an albino skink breathes on you and you get the poison condition, and then it doesn't go away.
And then it doesn't go away, yeah.
Even
And
if
it's actually caused by UV rays!
The last thing I will say is I'm just gonna plug appreciating one another. I will bury this group of 4 people who have spent their last 4 months of their lives with me in compliments, as I always do, because I truly feel wonderfully privileged to have them at the table with me and to do this thing for me, for us, and to have told a story like this. So I really appreciate their time and everything. So you all are loved. I love you all very much. Thank you for being here with me. And to the people who watch this, thank you so much for being here with us. You are also loved, and we'll